Hi there. Welcome to Angel Insight. Hello, my name's Michelle Christides. I'm so happy you find your way here. It's been a minute since I have done animal wisdom, and I have to tell you, I'm super duper excited. So let's go ahead and get into it. We've got quite a get together today. Feel free to come back. I do recommend that you use, I'm actually going to recommend more and more that you use your body as a pendulum. And if you don't know how to do that, maybe we'll do a video on that. But, definitely sink into these piles and see which ones are for you. Okay. So, because you can have more than one pile. All right. So, let's go ahead and get into it. I have a bunch of channel messages, a bunch of them. Okay. So, first of all, the tagline says, are you ready to step into your evolution of who you are and who you chose to be? Are you seeing the numbers 333? Are you seeing ones? This lets you know, those are kind of clues letting you know that the universe is telling you that you're aligning to something new, okay? So snakes, this is a channeled message for all of us. And then we're going to go ahead and activate our, invoke and activate our Viper, okay? And for those of you that are new to this channel, I do consider myself to be a spiritual catalyst, okay? So that means with my voice, we can activate different things, okay? So that's pretty cool. So if you're here for the first time, please hang out, all right? Share this video, like this video on your way in. I know I'm feeling a little nervous, so I'm happy to be here though. All right, snakes have been seen in the light as evil, hiding in the shadows, sometimes only showing what they have shed, right? However, when you think about how they stretch, how they step into their new skin, you begin to understand that their wisdom leads all of us to do the same. What we highlight here today is an evolution, not a revolution. This is the message that we bring forward today. All right? So let's go ahead and take a moment to invoke our Viper, okay? At 2:44. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to write these down. It's hard to grab the stamps. So you can just go ahead and put your hands. I love to put my hands on my chest, just kind of settle in. It is my purest intention, angels of the highest light, to activate my Viper for my highest good on all timelines, dimensions, realities. Again, for my highest good and the highest good of the all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And just take a moment to be here and see if anything comes through for you. And just take a couple deep breaths as we settle into this space. Okay, and one more deep breath. All right. So we'd love for you to pop any comments. Let me know you're here. I just got my hair done and I'm having a hard time doing it. So if you see me playing with my hair, that's a little bit of the nervousness. But let's go ahead and jump into this. This is going to be really, I think, very interesting. There's been really a lot of, are you resonating with the fact that there's been a lot of changing energies? Almost like what I was referring to on my group page. If you're on Facebook, find me Infinite Energy. We'd love to have you join our community. There is a link here in my bio. But what we have been kind of what I've been picking up collectively is we've kind of been like at the amusement park. We've been on roller coasters. We've been on spinnies. And sometimes that makes our tummy upset. Sometimes it makes us feel a little jarred, a little confused. Are you resonating with this? If you will, and if you're on your phone, drop an emoji letting me know how you've been feeling, just because it helps all of us to understand how we're all processing these emotions. Gorgeous looking hair. Oh, thank you. I am so appreciative. I was so nervous. I was doing it before I got on, and it just kind of, but thank you. I'm going to learn. I have such straight hair for so long. I'm not used to curling it. But thank you. I love it. All right. So, vipers. When we look at vipers, there's really three families of vipers, and those families of vipers are coming forward to lead us into these energies. Now, a couple things about vipers collectively. Okay, so let's kind of like lean into this collective message. Is first of all, I shared a little bit that the word viper is actually derived from the words living and to beget. Okay, and beget means to give rise to obtain by effort. So we're going through these energies, and we're giving effort. We're putting something forward, okay, in order to get things into balance, right? So the energies are, we need to thrust something forward. We need to take an action, if you will, to allow the energies to get back in balance so that we can find like a homeostasis, right? Okay. And when we talk about vipers, they are the only snakes, although we are going to share one snake, and this is where we're talking about an evolutionary pattern. So I would not be surprised if a lot of you are drawn to all three piles. This oracle comes in not just for this week, okay? This oracle comes in for the next 3 months, 3 weeks, and now 1 day, because came in 2 days ago, it came in for 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. And so we're going on a journey here, a journey of evolution. And what I'm really getting with this oracle is you're going to find where you're at, and you can evolve through the stages. Okay, you can evolve through the stages. And if you look at that, you'll understand why this oracle and what we do on this channel is more of a learning process, right? It's more of a learning process. Oh, thank you, Mary. Oh, yeah, the energies are intense. That is true. And that's why this viper comes forward, because we ain't playing, right? Oh, I got goosebumps. Okay, let's go. We are not playing. The viper, if necessary, it does never want to attack. However, if pushed in a corner, I love this with the channeled song. It's 11:11 on the clock by me. And it's like, I love that, because I'm really feeling these energy, I've got goosebumps since I'm channeling this message for y'all right now. We've got the song coming in with this oracle. I don't mean to jump around, but it's all gonna come out in the wash, right? So Patrick Swayze, Dirty Dancing, she's like the wind, right? That's the song that came in that I'm going to use to tune the energies that come into here, okay? And when we're all finished, and that song speaks, and it's like nobody puts baby in a corner, because when baby is put in the corner, guess what's going to come out? That viper is going to attack, okay, on your behalf. So know that this viper, what we invoked, the animal wisdom, comes forward to work with you, to collaborate with you, right? Okay? And that's the wisdom, is to embrace the wisdom, to embrace the lessons, and to allow the collaboration. Okay. Now, vipers, a couple things about them that we're going to use to kind of tone into this energy, tone in. Okay. I love that that's coming up, because a lot of you are having sensations in your body. Let me know if you're having sensations in your body. Some of you are feeling it in your feet. Some of you are getting it in your stomach. Some of you are getting the headaches, okay? So what I'm trying to say is some of these energies are resulting in what I refer to as pain patterns. And it's like this experience is not meant for us, okay? So pain patterns are actually reinforced neurological stimuli that create a pattern. The pattern is reinforced in so many lifetimes for many of you. that it's automatic and autonomic, meaning it feels like it cannot be controlled. However, we are stepping in to a whole new world, my friends, okay, where we're embracing um, the power of the all, the animals, the crystals, the plants, the trees, right? All that is here. We're all in this together. Okay. Anyway, that's a little soapbox I'm on. But vipers, they lack eardrums. However, they do have an inner ear. And with this, they pick up vibrations and low frequency sounds. Okay, they have a distinct diamond head shape. So, those of you who find this oracle, those of you who are led here, you are the diamonds in the rough. Okay, you are the ones who have been under pressure, right? Under pressure. Many of you, years, many of you, 19 years, 20 years. Yeah, long time. So long that you have been accustomed. And so long have some of these been reinforced that these automatic stimuli run through you. For me, okay, I'm going to be vulnerable. For me, it's a volatility. What I mean is, it's getting better, but I'm just going to own it. I can become pretty angry in a very short period of time, like a short fuse. Okay. And what that has led to is this whole pattern of like shame and guilt. And so it's been reinforced, right? And it's like this never ending ride. It's like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like at the amusement park and I can never get off the ride, but I'll put my hands up, right? And enjoy the ride. So, but that's like conscious maintenance, trying to make it okay. Well, how about we get to the root? How about we get to the root? Okay. And there are some definite ways that we can get there. What happens when the viper strikes? Okay, they're the only ones with those teeth, and they literally strike, and they only do so when they're backed in a corner, and they only do so when they feel threatened, much like a skunk. They only have so much venom, and so they use it for self preservation to keep their self going. If they use their venom in a way that doesn't align with them, they can put them at risk of being prey, right, for other animals. So they use their venom sparingly, and it's actually really cool. They can actually variate the amount of venom. And what happens is they are trackers. So they bite and then they go back and they wait to track their prey. Okay? So that's a little bit of a collective message in all of that. I want to remind you, if you're just joining us, that snakes, because of this ambush attack, they've been seen as in the light as evil, hiding in the shadows, waiting to pounce, right? But sometimes only showing what they have shed. Sometimes when we are looking for snakes, all we see is their skin that they've shed. However, when you think about how they stretch and how they step into their new skin, you begin to understand that their wisdom leads all of us to do the same, to stretch into the new, to reach beyond what we thought was unreachable, because the moment we put limits on ourselves, my friends, the moments we accept that as our reality, so therefore it becomes. Goosebumps. So therefore it becomes. So when we are unlimited, when we embrace, when our heart is open to receive, and we trust our intuition, and we know that there is more, therefore, so be it, there is more. Okay, MD says, I put out an apology for sometimes that I could have got wrong. So I've been feeling their pain for a few days, but okay now. Yeah. And sometimes what happens, thank you for your comments. Sometimes what happens with these pain patterns is they go out and they come back to show us, because why? So that we can choose a different course, so that we can be open. And it's scary. It's scary to go outside of our comfort zone. Okay. All right. So with that being said, I think we've set the groundwork. Let's go ahead and get started. I love it. 1:44:44 on the clock. We're going to get started with the very first snake. This particular snake is in the family of, I'm going to mess up the names, forgive me, but it's as amiops, as I am ops. Okay. I immediately, when I look at this name of this subfamily and what I've gathered here in the information and what's been channeled, it's like immediately, what is delusional? What is as real? Okay. And this is related to those pain patterns. So it's kind of interesting that these two species actually are separated by a river. And I love how this all comes in to speak as the oracle. Okay, because all of these things, all these little elements are coming in for us to understand that on one side of the river, which I'm going to actually symbolically refer to as emotions, there's one side, and it's like when we cross through, when we put ourselves in those emotions and we come out and we realize what is real compared to what is real, as real, and what is real, we come out on the other side, right? Kind of in a changed pattern. So we are going to be, this particular snake that we're talking about is about the West. There is something that those of you that chose this first snake, whether you chose it, your guides or angels led you to this, we are talking about something to the West, which means that there is something that is wanting to be closed down. There's an ending here. Okay, there's an ending here and a new beginning. Now, I had mentioned that all vipers don't lay eggs, but this particular viper did. So if you chose this, there's no judgment here, okay? It's just that you're at the beginning of this evolutionary step, all right? These particular snakes, vipers, they do lay eggs. And what I heard, incubate in the winter, okay? So when I'm referring to these eggs are manifestations. So those of you that chose this particular pile, wow, I'm feeling the heat, actually. I definitely feel that you are going through some sort of purification process at this moment, okay? And that can be very challenging. But I was led to do a meditation this week for those of you who chose this pile and anyone that wants to choose. It's Amber Yew Tree. I put the information in the description. I would love to have you join. Amber Yew Tree is all about removing. I want you to think of Jurassic Park. If you've seen that movie In the Cane, how they have that bug caught in the amber, okay? That's what amber does. And yew tree, so amber works with the energies that come in, the energies that come in to exploit us, to create those patterns that are not for us. And the yew tree is the energy that leaves us. So the yew tree deals with the energy that we're putting out based on those energies coming in, right? And it's like, because of our nervous system and because what is real and as real, it gets a little confused. And so it doesn't really match up. And we're here to bring things into balance, my friends. So if you would like us to catch some of those irritants, those bugs, I want you to join us, because yew tree is all about being rooted, but shooting off in new directions. Isn't that so special? So this is kind of the energy that's coming in this week. So I'm doing that on Thursday and Saturday. Love to have you join. $38. We get together for at least an hour, sometimes two, it just depends. And we do this beautiful meditation, and it really, of Amber Yew Tree, and it is just amazing. So go in and see if that's for you, okay? All right. So those of you that chose this, you're actually, what I was going through, we're collectively going through a root chakra activation. Ooh, I'm feeling it, my friends, okay? Our root chakra, I'm like sweating. Our root chakra activation collectively. But those of you that chose this is affecting your throat chakra, okay? So I love how this has been coming in. I can see the purification process, because we are collectively going through a huge transformation. Huge. It's so big, okay? And what is coming in for you guys is you're stepping into your authenticity. We're getting rid of the as real as real delusional energies that are trying to throw you into patterns that are not for you. Now, I did get for you guys, twilight is being emphasized. Okay, this is called the blue hour. And what I was getting is that your angels and guides actually have something they want to teach you. So this time is being highlighted. It's the hour before sunrise and the hour after sunset. And this timeline is being highlighted for you to sink within, to go in. Whether you meditate, whether you're doing yoga, but getting up an hour earlier than normal, okay, and really taking that time. This is being highlighted for you for the next 3 months. Okay. What I also got with this particular viper for you is that their particular venom, it's not blood clotting. So those who are bit by these particular vipers, it's not necessarily life threatening. But what they did find is that their venom, so your viper on your behalf, this is what they do. This is so magical how this all came in. I love that I get to receive this and transfer it to you. I really do. I'm going to catch a couple comments in a moment, guys. But what happens with their venom is they block the receptors affected with the pain response. They block the receptors affected by the pain response. And I was getting that this is to reformat and to break those automatic responses, those automatic shifts that come into your emotional body. And this is happening to help change that pain response. How amazing is this? Okay. So this is what I got for you. I did get a channeled song for you. Are you ready? And we're going to be, and it's going to all make sense. Pile number 1, channeled song for you. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. So really kind of sinking into play, really allowing yourself to learn, yes, to sink in before sunrise, before sunset, but also to allow your mind to see it as a game, because that's what Mary Poppins says. Let's play a game to make it more fun, like the snap of our fingers. Okay, so before we get into the oracle, let's look at some of the comments here. Sorry, I got to do this because because it is how it is. Mary says, "Love your hair. The energies are intense." Mwah. Let's see. Mary says, "I've lost 6 people in the last months. Yeah, it's been very hard, and I hope it lightens up soon." Oh my gosh, Mary, my heart is going out to you. This is very challenging, and it's like not everything is put together, but all of our journeys have led us, and we understand, and there is an understanding, and I want to point it out that this is collectively related to COVID. This has to do with an exploitation of this fear narrative to our emotional bodies, and it can overwhelm the system. And I'm so sorry that that's been happening. Mary says, mostly number 3, but parts of 2, but I'm burning up all over parts of my body. Yes, I was feeling that too. And that's because a lot of you are sensitive, and just know that, the oracle here, you guys know, is different than anywhere else. I'm an oracle healer. We have a sacred space. We're going to tune these shadows. And because this is what is happening, is like we pass these shadows on one to another. We share these, we've almost given them a life of their own, my friends, right? And it's time to go in a new direction. So let's get into it. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. I just want to make sure, spoonful of sugar. Okay, so we're going to get into this. I want you to definitely remember pile number 1, twilight. The time of twilight, which is the hour before and after sunset, is definitely coming in for you. Okay, we're going to start with the medicine cards. We've got the ancestors coming in big time for you guys. Okay, we've got all the indigenous ancestors coming in. to really talk about this evolutionary change. Okay. And what we're going to talk about here is this throat chakra, the shift in our authenticity. Okay. So oh my gosh, look at, I love this. There's an 11. I didn't even do anything. I just grabbed it. Let's get this frog out of our throat so that we can jump forward, right? So that we can share our truth, so that we can share our experience, and that we can, instead of the fearatives becoming, it's kind of like, you know how attitude is contagious? It's like that is what we're doing. Okay. And we share with each other and we share our truths. And that sets up a light bulb in somebody else's. It's like this huge chain link fence. That's what I'm getting in my mind's eye. And it's like all these little lights go on, but it's not just from one person. It's almost like a telephone, right? It's like, oh man, this is what works for me. And we pay it forward. This is how we change it. Okay. But we got to get the frog out of our throat. We got to be able to jump forward. We got to be able to feel brave. We got to be able to feel confident, right? And so that's the first part, okay? So let's go ahead. We're going to do 7 shuffles here. We're going to kind of go through a medicine wheel. Let me make a little room here on my side. Okay. All right. I'm going to put my journal here to the side, but I like, this is the oracle. So, you know, I'm referring, look at all this. This is everything that came in for you guys. Okay. And actually more than that, because on the page before, I knew there was a channeled message. I'm sorry. Channeled message, pile number 1. Every time I unwind, pile number 1, the blind see, the deaf hear, those who are lost get found. Those who are hurt get sound. On fire you shall be quenched, drowning and you shall be rescued. Let me confess to you. Those were the channeled words that came in. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle. When we shuffle here on this channel, it kind of gives us an idea of the energy. Okay. So yeah, we've got the raven right away. We've been going in between different timelines, okay? We've been collectively kind of like those of here in pile number 1. It's like, you know, this is fast moving energy coming in, first of all, okay? A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. It's like, I don't want to shove it in your mouth, but it's like, in a way, a spirit is like, lean in. Come to this meditation. Take a moment for yourself. 27:27 on the clock. And what that is talking to me, collaborate with your authenticity. Get the healing. Get the healing that is needed. Okay? This is what I am getting. The raven is part of the crow family, and they go in between worlds. They're able to see like the past, the present, and the future all at one time. And they can easily pick the timeline that is best for them. This is what's really coming up for you, my friends, okay? Enough of the sacrifice. Let's end this. Enough of the sacrifice. Let's put this to bed. Let's move beyond. Listen to that channeled message. It is so deep and so profound, right? Let's turn that structure upside down. Everything that you've been wishing for, it's within your grasp. It's within your grasp, my friend. This is all about standing in your power, not allowing the fear, okay? And much of this is deep, okay? So I don't want you to prejudge when I'm saying these things. Some of these things we are literally unaware of. We feel them. Some of these things are from past lives. We are at a moment in our healing collectively where we are putting to bed things that have been in existence for millennia. But we got to get the deer out of the headlights. We can't be frozen. Okay? So we want to turn that upside down and know that we are safe. Know what does the deer talk about the most, my friends? Grace. Grace. They're so beautiful when you see them. Right? And it's like we don't want to become frozen. We want to have wish fulfillment. We don't want to limit ourselves. Okay, here. Everything is in the inverse. I don't read inverses, by the way, but it's helping us understand the energy. Many of you in pile number 1, you just don't feel free. You do not feel free. The palomino is like the reminds me of the color yellow. Okay, so I am getting a lot about your power, about how we're giving it away, and again, I'm just getting these fearatives. They're down deep, and it's like you actually know that these are not for you, but you acknowledge them, like they're there. Okay, so it's like follow your intuition. This is a pheasant. This is a healing. Okay. And it's like, what are we putting to rest? Those patterns that cause us to want to fight. Those patterns that want us to cause to fight. It's like, let's balance and shift into our true abundance. Okay. Because when we feel the need to fight, when we feel the need for those to notice, when we feel the need, and this is what I've dealt a lot with in my journey, it's like, what about me? Okay. Yes, I see what you're all going through, but like, when is it my turn? Okay. When can I feel the freedom? When, and a lot of moms that come here, a lot of people that are healers naturally, it's like, there is this idea that we put others before us. Okay. And that's what we do. But however, I want to remind you over and over and over, to have the idea of first you got to put on your mask. Okay, like when there's turbulence on the plane and those breathing things jump, you got to put yours on first before you assist others. Okay, and this is so important. And in my experience, if you are a healer, I just want to say shout out. But you know what, some of us are paying things forward without even knowing it. Okay, so it's really important. And this is why we're going through this root chakra activation, because that is the bottom of our energetic system. Okay, collectively, we've already gone through an Earth Star chakra activation about a year ago. We're growing where we're planted, but it's like if things are askew, like if you're a seer and your root chakra and your throat chakra in particular are out of whack, what you see is not necessarily truth. Okay. And we've put a lot of emphasis. I'm not really sure why I'm on the soapbox. Okay. We're just going to ride it. We've put a lot of emphasis in our spiritual communities based on what is seen. But I am going to throw a shout out to you feelers, because it's the feelers that are in the right place at the right time. The clairsentience, my friends, is because that is based on the root chakra. And that is where we start the foundation. So when the foundation is sound, I love that. When the foundation is sound, okay, when we have a buzz, when we have movement, therefore, what we're receiving through the upper chakras, okay, is going to be more sound. All right. I'm not really sure, but I'm going on my way to make that our connection. We get this new beginning and our connection is tighter. Okay? Because 33, I just saw 3322. When you're able to alchemize and step into the structure that is best for you, your connection is tight. You don't have all the energies that are trying to throw you off course. Okay? Oh, how do we attain our higher self? Thank you for coming in here. Welcome. It is a journey, my friend. It is a journey. And we attain our higher self. We can connect with our higher self at any time with intention. It is my purest intention to merge with my higher self. But for most of us, it is also a journey. Okay. And it's a journey that is through connection. It is a journey of recapturing not only our power, but also our connection to all and the wisdom of what we've been through. And so this is what I teach as me as a teacher, as a shadow dancer, shadow alchemist, is the shadows, they are ours. They're part of us. So when we have these fearatives, it's really kind of fears of things that are our own. because we are multidimensional, and because here in the now, some of us are just learning how the connection piece. It's like once you step into your power and you hone your power, you start to then work on your connection. And it is your connection to the animals, to the plants, to the crystals that actually help you with the wisdom, okay? Because we are all everything, right? And so the eagle here is like, how can we keep our eye on the bigger picture? So I love that you brought that up. How can we keep our eye on the bigger picture and know that there's no such thing as a race? Okay. Again, when we create the limits, when we say, how do I become one with my higher self? Okay. How do we attain our higher self? We have to just watch. I'm going to be honest. We have to watch our words. We have to watch our perception, because remember, as we take our human selves in this form, and as we wrap our brain around certain ideas, it's not that it's bad to do that, but what happens is, in a lot of ways, we limit ourselves. But in a lot of ways, however, there's this paradox. We need to wrap our brain around certain things so that we can actually attune and work with that particular energy. And it's constantly like peeling back onion layers, right? From India. Oh, you're so welcome. Oh, and your culture. Oh, you give me goosebumps. I have such an affinity with your culture. You're already in a good spot. And in fact, I'm just going to, you lean into your culture, my friend, okay? Because your particular culture is one of the oldest cultures on the planet. And this is, and also what I love about the Indian culture, and this actually comes into my work a lot, is sacred dance, sacred movement. And this is something that you have. And in fact, I feel like you are a dancer. Let me know. I feel that. Oh, I feel it so much. Or is this in your ancestry, like your mom, your grandmother, your cousins? Is this something? Tell me. Yeah, I want to know. I want to know. Okay. So anyway, let's keep going. We're shuffling in these energies, and look at, it's just like, okay, right away, I'm like on this, I believe I'm on the sixth shuffle. And this is where we're kind of getting, there's this energy. Okay, our heart's open. Pile number one, your heart is open, but there's something that's holding you back from the surrender. Okay, so this is what's being highlighted for you, my friends. A surrender. And this is, remember, this is the next 3 months. This is a journey. Allow yourself to unfold. Okay, I'm hearing that song, every rose has its thorn. And it's like what I'm talking about here, where you are in your journey, is that thorn. That thorn is, we want to be aware. We want to be aware so we can capture the wisdom. Okay, and we can move beyond that, so that we can unfold. Okay, that's what the rose is coming up. But I love this because we're asking about our higher self. And rose for me, if you don't know, I work with a lot of stuff, y'all. So those who are near here, just let it kind of unfold. But I work with crystals and plants specifically, and the animals. And so, but amethyst and rose is something that works together. So you can grid amethyst. You can put amethyst in your water to help with the purification process, because what amethyst and rose does, and this was coming up in another oracle specifically here in this first month, mid-July to mid-August. Those of you here in pile number one, I'm definitely feeling it, because you're feeling it. Salt baths. Throw some roses in there. If you have an altar, put some roses on there. Send, do some meditation with your ancestry. How can you infuse rose into, and as well as amethyst? Maybe grid amethyst in your home, right? I see snakes in my dreams. Ah, okay. You see snakes in your dreams. What is that? Okay, well, you know what? We're going to be dealing with that. So let's see what unfolds. Let's see what unfolds for you. All right. Okay. So, but I was feeling this little sluggish with this and what I was feeling, and where I'm feeling, okay, this heat, there's this purification, but there's also this surrender, knowing that we're okay. Okay. Knowing that, yes, I'm going to validate these energies. They are freaking heavy, y'all, but you have everything you need. They're being, um, they can be released now. Okay? They don't have to hold you. And this is what we're going through here in pile number 1. What is as real and what is real. And what is real is that you can unwind. I'm going to read it again. I'm sorry, but I'm going to read it again. Channeled message pile number 1 for you. Every time I unwind, the blind see, the deaf hear. Those who are lost get found. Those who are hurt get sound. On fire you shall be quenched. Drowning and you shall be rescued. Let me confess to you. Let me confess to you. And so how can we all have different experiences, right? But how can we confess forward the things? How can we pay it forward, right? And how can we let it go more than anything? More than anything. One more shuffle. The owl comes in to see the perspective. The owl comes in to stay rooted and to allow the balance, to know that we are protected. Okay? All right. So overall, what we're talking about here, my friends, the medicine of the fox, a lot of magic coming in. Look at this. We're dealing with those neurological impulses, the things that just run down our nervous system. And it's like, in a lot of ways, we cannot control these, but I want to tell you, we can. We can, and we shall. Okay? There are new ways coming through. And one of those ways, if you're in pile number 2, you're going to hear about it. Shadow alchemy, a shadow alchemy session. We can actually change these patterns. Okay? We can. So the fox, his medicine, first of all, look at this picture. What's it saying to you? He's very alert. He's listening. Remember, we've got this viper, and the viper, it doesn't have ears per se, but it has the inner ear. We go within and we listen. We listen to our own intuition. We listen to the messages. What are we hearing? And how can we learn to start trusting those? Okay. And again, right before sunrise and right before sunset is a great time to go in and listen. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do in here is we're going to look for the snake. Okay. So there's a snake in here. We're going to look for the snake. I'm just going to go ahead and look here until it comes up. We'll put you down here too. Look at all these look at all these energies that you have, and there it is. There's the snake. Okay. Now the snake is number 6. Star power. Okay. It's just like there is so much going on with your star family. We're integrating energies here. Okay. And it's like, let's go ahead and see, what is this shift all about? Okay, so we're going to set this to the side, and let's go ahead and see, what is this shift all about, and how can we have the medicine of the fox? Okay, we're going to pull out our dreaming cards here because I do love these messages. We're using the medicine card oracle. Let's go ahead and start with our snake. Okay, why have you been drawn to this pile? 4404 on the, remember, 4404. This is about your structure. This is about a shift to your structure. This is an ending, okay? And this is fast-moving energy. How can we be like Mary Poppins and make it a snap, right? How can we make it a snap? Now, my team is reinforcing, come to this meditation. come to this meditation, because the snake is all about transmutation, healing, acceptance. Snake, come crawling. There's fire in your eyes. Bite me, excite me, and I learn to realize the poison transmuted, bring eternal flame. Open me to heaven to heal me once again. Now, this fire energy that we're talking about, when functioning on the material plane, creates passion, desire, procreation, and physical vitality. On the emotional plane, it becomes ambition, creation, resolution, and dreams. And that's what we're talking about here for you, pal number one, the emotional plane, the quality of your emotional body, which is a reflection of your divine feminine. It is the physical reflection of your divine feminine energy. Okay, so we are here to give you a healing. A healing is coming up, my friends, and to integrate those energies so that you can manifest. Look at these manifestations in the winter. Okay, in the winter is what's come up for you. Okay, so what is this shift all about? Okay, we're not going to read. Look at this. I was feeling this. I told you. Alchemy of your sacred structure. 22 speaks to me of your sacred structure. It's like this beaver. It's like, look at, he's got this fish, this log in his hand. He's doing the work. He's following the steps. There's that wish fulfillment. It's right in your, it's in your grasp. It's just a matter of aligning yourself to this structure. Now, some of you are builders, okay? Some of you will build this structure for yourself. I mean, let me actually kind of step back. We are all builders, right? But not everybody here will build the structure. Some of you will align to the structure, to the lodge, okay? And this will be wish fulfillment. This will be that diamond in the rough. It's within your grasp, okay? So the beaver says to you, and we're going to read these out loud because they are meant to create insights within you. So it's like, what's coming for you? I don't know why, but some of you that are new, I'm being told to grab a notebook when you come in. I'm being told, grab a notebook, take notes. Beaver, teach me how to build my dreams. Include others too. See, that's where I was getting collaboration. One mind, one thought. Hearts is one. Lessons learned from you. You have been brought here to fast track your healing. Okay? I truly believe it. I truly believe it. It is in your corner. This is what center point is, for you to work with a sacred structure. Now, it could be a sacred structure that I told you I work with attunements. It could be the shadow alchemy. You could be led at a future point to participate and become what is called a tuner. That's what I am. I use music to tune energies. Okay. It just depends. It just depends. You'll know. I'm not going to tell you. It's within you, right? Okay. But here's that structure coming up. This is really center point. And don't you love it? For those of you who are here, it's the 22nd. It is the 22nd. So here we are on the 22nd, starting at the center point with a 22. Okay, I just feel double confirmation for those of you who find this today. Okay, and this is about something. This is about something we're going to do. So what's coming up here for you, pal number one, is for you to participate in that meditation. Take a chance. It's $38 to align with energies that are fast tracking your healing. This is fast moving energies for you. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. Number two, what is closing? This is in the direction of the West. This is what's being highlighted, the whale energy. You, my friends, are meant, look at this. There's this whitening. Okay. You're meant to have a whitening. Look at the turquoise capping off that coral. Remember, I told you that this was being highlighted with that fox. The neurological. We're capping that off, okay? Because why? You have secrets to share. You have information to share. You are meant to be an emotional master, to be honest. Your structure is the structure of the one. This is what this shift is all about. To shift into a structure which is not just you doing everything and constantly peeling off those onion layers by yourself, is you stepping into the power of the all, allowing the animals, allowing the wisdom of the ancestors, the crystals, the plants, allowing that to come in to assist you. Okay. And this is a very important card in this particular oracle because the whales were seen to walk on land and they moved into the emotions. They moved into the waters until the timing was to come back. And I feel this so strongly about you. I'm hearing a sound in my left ear. You are meant to tone into your intuition. You are definitely feminines, divine feminines, meant to receive, but also take action. Okay? That is what we called inspired thought, inspired action. We receive and then we take action. And it's a game that I told you about. It turns into snap. It's a game. Because then we receive more and then we take action. Receive, action, just like ebb and flow of the waves. You have the ability to go down deep, my friends, and look at that North Star. Just follow the beat of your drum, follow your intuition, but this whitening will assist. The more that we can get out of the way for you, the better, okay? And this is what I'm seeing here. Follow your own guidance, my friends. I'm going to come in for comments in a moment. Okay, and I love this because we have 22, master builder number, but it is a 4. Look at this, 4, 5. Follow the steps. It's a snap. Then we have to the north here, okay, our third card, the energy brought in by the air, your guides, your team, your mind is to be aggressive. This is the energy that we're aligning to. It's like you want to collaborate with this clarity. You see this duality here? Look at this. We're cutting off that need to fight, to see one, like that huge pendulum swing from black to white. They're on the same bandwidth, my friends. We get to place ourselves in those different degrees of black and white. And what does this all mean? Black, shadow, no judgment. That means something that we want, and that's ours. It's ours. It's all ours. But we can allow ourselves to be released from that fight. We can surrender and allow the wisdom. Okay? We can allow the whitening. The Badger talks about being aggressive, aggressively pursuing this healing process. And this is an alignment for you. It's like follow the steps. Sacred structure, allow the shift, and then we're going to align to what? To a new beginning. To a new beginning, because every ending is a new beginning. And now we have this mountain lion. We're one with that authenticity, okay? We're one, we're sharing our voice. We're putting it forward. That's what the healing allows us to do, okay? We surrender at 1 o'clock, okay? We surrender that. We're one with our truth. And the mountain lion, of course, is the lion in the mountains. So this is a higher elevation. This is a higher frequency. This is, and what I always love, okay, and what's coming through with the mountains, what's coming through at the mountains is in the mountains is where our spark is housed. So like I refer to our spark, our creative spark, as the dragon. And the dragon, they can go through, like in the game of Clue, they can go through secret passages at the mountains. Okay. So it's like a lot of people will tell you got to climb the mountain. The mountain lion's telling you, no, you can traverse through. Find your truth, share your truth, get this healing, lay down the fight. Okay. Cap off the mental ability and the emotion. Allow the emotions in the mental space to come into congruence, to come into balance, share your truth, and traverse through. Wow, it feels so passionate to me. It really does. Okay? And we've got these numbers. This is the energy that we're going to align with. Okay? So let's go ahead and jump into our book here. Okay, let's kind of like recap a little bit so that we can really allow this. The whale, this is what we're concentrated on, pile number 1. Whale of mighty oceans, you have seen it all. The secrets of the ages are heard within your call. Teach me how to hear your words and how to understand the very roots of history of when our world began. Now, those of you that are this whale energy, it's like, and a lot of times you're not really understanding what's happening, okay? But know that it's divinely timed, all right? So those of you that chose this pile are clairaudient, okay? You have clairaudience coming on. And remember, the Viper, it uses the inner ear. So it's all about going within and what are you hearing when you go within, okay? What I do want to tell you about this particular card, because it's like, is that a lot of people with whale medicine are not awakened to their gifts until it's time for those energies to be restored. So there might be a quickening, fast moving energies, my friends. I also feel like some of you, not all of you, but many of you are mystics, okay? Because I'm getting this Harry Potter energy, and it's really important for your root chakra and your solar plexus to be in balance, okay? To have that foundation so that you can have your wits about you, okay? To have your wits about you, all right? And how do I know this? Because that's the type of energy that I've dealt with, my friends, okay? Same. All right. So this alignment, okay, it's like we're following the steps, and it's like we want to get this whitening, right? We want to cap off those energies that are delusional, that are kind of keeping us running in circles, right? And the Badger is saying, let's be aggressive about this, okay? But I also want to read the Badger's message because that's what true collaboration is all about. I love these little messages. We're not reading the whole thing, okay? Badger, 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 until you reach your goal, know the inner power that lives in your soul. And so it's like, remember, this is over the next 3 months, fast moving energies, but don't expect, be aggressive about over these next 3 months of tuning in, going within, waking up that extra hour to meditate, to go within, to listen, to see what comes, okay? Because it's like, in a lot of ways, those of you that have found your way here, you've had difficulty in connection. And that's what's being shoved off so that you can go within and really, and again, this is all about being aggressive. That is the medicine of the Badger, to be really aggressive in putting down this need to fight, okay? So I am getting for some of you that this is shadow work for you, okay? And I want to, if you got pile number 2 as well, so you don't have to do it on your own, okay? You do not have to necessarily do your shadow work on your own. But I am getting like, it's like what I'm seeing here with this Badger is I'm seeing a journal and a pen. It's like, allow what's within to come into, root it into our physical plane, taking it from your thoughts, taking it from your heart, taking it from within. And when you put it in ink, you're literally bringing it and materializing it into this plane, okay? And this is really important for you. It helps you process. I know, because I have like a million journals. It really helps, okay? So that's a little extra tip that I'm getting here for you to get this clarity, because you want to collaborate with this clarity, and it's all within you, okay? Now, this is what we're aligning to. We're aligning to this mountain lion. And this mountain lion is really speaking so loudly, my friends, about your truth of your abundance, about what is for you, about your experience, okay? Is really kind of what's really coming up here for me, what I'm feeling here. Okay, number 17. The mountain lion says, Mountain lion, O kingly leader of sleek feline form, touch my heart with courage, then sound the alarm, that I may lead with foresight, assurance bright and true, to carry on the spirit of the strength I see in you. So many of you are leaders. Some of you community leaders. Some of you, I'm getting some of you, interesting, I'm getting some of you leaders in church. You'll have to let me know. Are you a minister? Some of you are leaders in new ways of doing things. Some of you, here's that dance coming in. Some of you are actually going to create a whole new style of doing things. Wow, this is so beautiful. So this is all about getting on top of your mountain and using your voice, your expression to traverse through, okay? It's like the fox is reminding you that we're going through this time where we're going to be dealing with these energies that, I mean, for us, these impulses, okay? This is literally happening within your body, my friends, okay? To really stay grounded. And the magic is just going to find you. It's all about collaborating with your heart, keeping your heart open, allowing more to come through, and knowing that some of this is like an onion layer. So it's like you go through one layer and it's like, and then for some of you, it's like another layer is going to come in. In a lot of ways, this has been my path as well. So what I mean is I've gone through many different healing modalities have come through, and it's like spirit has been like, okay, that came up, now scrap it. It's like it came up maybe from past lives, and it's like it's like that onion, in order to get to the center of that Tootsie Roll Pop. Look at, that's that owl coming in. Remember I did the owl earlier? It's like how many licks to get to the center, to the juicy center. And it's like if you keep your heart open and you trust your intuition, you'll be guided. You will be guided, okay? But kind of like what I felt about my mission, this has been going on for 3 or 4 years. So many different things have come in, my friends, so many. And it's like heartbreaking because I just want to get out there and heal. I just want to share. I just want to build my business. I just want, okay. But it's like, that's what happens a lot. We've learned these attachments. These attachments is what keeps us from evolving. So I'm encouraging you to know that even though you feel it, because I know I do, and I still do, it's like all is being provided for. So how can we just surrender and allow, right? Allow the unfolding. Okay, look at this. Okay, only one card in this deck is the animal wisdom. So this is the viper. Oh my God, I have full, can you see them? I have like goosebumps on top of my goosebumps. The viper is here in the south. This is the position of the emotions. The viper is here to collaborate with you. And look at this. It's like just keep yourself grounded, keep your ears open, your eyes open. Allow this medicine to work with you. So the viper is literally here to assist you with that red river, if you will, to allow you to cross over from the west to the east, okay? And this is the energy I am feeling. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Thank you, Spirit, for coming through on this medicine. Now, we're not finished here, okay? This is the medicine that's coming in. This is the shift at hand. We're going to go a little bit deeper. We're going to pull your ancestors in a little bit more. Look at, they want to reveal some magic, okay? Look at that number 25. Now, that is interesting because that is correlating with that 25. Hold on. Everything happens for purpose, my friends. That's at 25. Okay, so we're going to go into this fox energy a little bit more. This is the energy overall for you. So let's go into this magic. Your ancestors want to go deeper. So let's do it. Let's go deeper. And I feel this. You are big energies, okay? And as big energies, and this is actually what's coming in. This name of the snake is actually Fae, the fairy. And it's like you've been playing it small. You are so much bigger than you know. And it's time for you. It's like you've tried to fit into everybody else's little box, and you are not meant to, my friends. You are not meant to be boxed in. And in fact, that is not good for you. So let's go ahead and let's see how these energies, the 7-7, okay, this like how can this luck that you're going to create, this is what I'm getting, luck, a lot of things changing in your favor. Okay, so we're going to do, hold on, let me look. We're going to do, and this is actually talking a little bit more about this structure, okay? So let's go ahead and see. We've got the number 13. We're going to be going through some renewal, okay? And at nighttime, you're going to have a lot of energies, but they're coming in to renew you, all right? So don't allow, look at, it's like, look at the eyes of, you see that golden energy here? This is what matches. This is actually the same as the viper eyes. They have these vertical slits. It's like, look at the eyes. Allow yourself to understand, especially at night, that there is energies coming in to alchemize. Now, I am just going to be real. Okay, I'm going to be real. I see things at night like many of you, and they scared the crap out of me. I was like, what is going on? But a lot of the transformation process happens at night, okay? Especially for those, look at this tree, especially after you get this yew tree, amber, and yew tree healing. I'm doing it this Thursday, 7 o'clock Central Time, Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time. The amber, you have the eyes of the amber and the yew tree in your background. This allows for this renewal, okay? This allows for this renewal. And a lot of it is going to be coming in the nighttime, these energies, okay? And that's that sacred structure that we're talking about, yeah. So that we can do what? So that we can allow the magic to find us, that aggression, so that we can go within and allow this renewal, the things that are meant. Here, you see this steer here? We want to turn things upside down, okay? The wombat backs out. And so it's like we go down so that we can back out the energies that are not for us, so that we can have a renewal, right? Look at, and the difference between the two is 30, so that we can come into balance. Look at these portals. You see them? So that we can close these portals and allow this energy to die instead of recycling as real. Let's get what is real, okay? So we're going to back out of these energies that are no longer for you. Man, spirit is on fire today, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and see 2 cards. Specifically, the first card is going to come in here to this whale, the second one here on the sacred structure. Okay, so we're going to look at them together. Oh, gosh. It's like we're dialing in. We're dialing in for this new beginning for you. It is so beautiful, to be honest. The lyrebird is coming in with the whale. Double reinforcement, my friends, that this is about spirit coming in. Okay, the difference between these two is 40. And that is letting me know that spirit is coming in hardcore to change your structure so that you can claim the secrets in your genetic memory. This is literally reinforcing what we said here. We're doing a whitening. We're releasing the energies along that neural stimuli that is blocking you from being able to dial in. This is what I'm seeing here. Dialing in, okay? Kind of like ET, like phone home. It's like you're unable to receive because of these energies. And that's what I feel if you come to this attunement meditation, we can back up and release those energies, right? So awesome. So it's like, this is what's in store, this new beginning. And this is this is just an observation. So how can you, okay, I'm also feeling this too with that twilight, right? Going within, dialing in to go within to see what's for you. Because look at it, just feels like there's so many, not so many steps in a bad way. You're going to be led to this, but it's not just going to come like that. Yes, everything's a snap, but it's a game. We receive, we take action. We receive, we take action. This is over the next 3 months. Okay, remember, I just want to dial that in for you. All right, no pun intended. No pun intended. Okay. And then for the second card, listen for the messages. Listen for the messages, my friends. A 111 on the clock right now. I'm holding an 11 and a 22. Together, we're talking about alchemy, wish fulfillment. It is within your grasp. Allow this hawk energy, allow messages from your angels and guides to lead you. That is what your ancestors are saying. That is the center of aligning to this structure. Remember, the beaver is the doer, the action that you're going to take. This is just so gorgeous. It truly is so gorgeous. Okay, we're going to leave you with one final message, because those of you that are in this pile, it is no doubt you have made so many sacrifices in the name of these energies. These energies have held you down. Look at this. 111. Okay. My mind is blown. And I'm going to tell you why. And your mind is going to be blown, number one, when you allow yourself to allow the magic to guide you. I was told that many of you are going to have a link to pile number 2. And I just want you to see 111. Angel number 111. Okay, so this is already, if you chose pile number 2, this is for you, because angel number 111 empowers you to know that you are divinely aligned. And this is what we're talking about, pile number 2, is that there's fast-moving energy here. I feel that those of you, pile number 1, if you chose 1, 2, and 3, remember the process is over the next 3 months. So that's why this is fast-moving energy for you, okay? And what's going to let you know that you're in the right place? Follow the magic. Follow the magic. Oh my God, I am so grateful for that myself. Okay, so we're going to do one shuffle here, okay? What's next for you is what the Wild Offering wants to talk about. So we're going to hone in a little bit more on this truth, okay, for you. We're going to hone in a little bit more on this for you. What are we talking about? We're talking about you being enough. We're talking about you being enough. You are everything. These energies, how they have convinced you of something that is not real. My friends, you are so enough. The innermost heart says you are enough. Nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change, no need to grow, no need to grow more deserving. Yes, you are love. So this is what we're overall speaking, okay? But the card that wants to come in about I'm laughing because I've already kind of known this. I was picking up on this hermit mode is what I was getting. So solitude is coming in. I also see these daffodils. Look at this transformation. Okay, we've got these butterflies. There's a transformation at hand here for you. These daffodils, they pair for me with celestial clear quartz. And that means that there's um, dynamic, this dynamic, what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to find the word. I'm getting fractals, okay? I'm getting fractals. There's parts coming home to you. But this daffodil is all about ground breaking. So the daffodil is, they actually call it narcissus, okay? And it's like, this is where these energies have made you feel maybe that you're this is very interesting. I want to be very careful. I'm being very careful with my words for purpose. I'm actually not going to go there. Allow the daffodil to speak to you. Ground breaking, okay? Breaking cycles, breaking energies that do not serve you. All right? So in this solitude, once you embrace the inner divine and let your own sacred solitude and your own sacred solitude, that really is speaking to me about meditation. The right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing and without chasing. So those of you that are brought here, those of you that are new, those of you that resonate, welcome to our community. I'm getting goosebumps. You have found yourself in the right place at the right time. It's time to break that ground and allow those energies that are no longer for you to break free. Wow. Let's get up here for a couple comments. Mary says, okay, yeah, you've lost 6 people. God, that's just so hard. And you know what's interesting, Mary? Right away, when I'm reading that again, okay, so I was brought back to that. I'm seeing that snake. Yeah, I'm seeing this. This is so interesting. I'm seeing that that's going to manifest. Those losses will manifest and come into balance in something else. Wow. Okay, that's a special message just for you. Wow, beautiful. So hold on to that. Hold on to that. Is this the ending of my dark phase? It certainly can be. It's up to you, my friend. Especially if you are aligned with pile number 2, it definitely could be. 111, you are divinely aligned. I do feel it. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump in to the energies of pile number 2. Pile number 1 feels complete. I hope it resonated for you, those of you that found that here, and know that you're never alone, okay? You're never alone. All right. So yeah, because pile number 1, we want to end this. The tagline for you, you're meant, I'm like reading my sleeve. Let's go cow tipping. Oh my God, I'm laughing. But you're meant to manifest abundance in all forms. You're meant to have fun and joy. It's for you. That is meant for you. Okay. All right. So I told you there's a link to pile number 2. Let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah, those of you that know, sometimes my oracles are a little long, but you can actually listen to them when you're out walking, right? And remember, this is over 3 months, so you don't have to get it all now, okay? You can come back. It's here for you. All right, so let's go ahead and we're moving beyond the medicine. Let's go ahead and start with the channeled message, pile number 2. Your channeled message is, when you find the time, feel the rhyme. And I was getting time, THYME. So when that happened, I instantly knew that I was going to be using this particular oracle because I saw this card in my mind's eye. So those of you on pile number 2, overall, what we're talking about is courage, confidence and courage, honing into your power, and also renewing, okay? Being at one with your divine receive. So what this means is we have the courage to not think about what others, we have the courage to not think about what others think about what we're receiving, okay? And we hone in on our own, We follow our own. We're not playing it small, okay? Because there we go. It's kind of like this is the evolution of that pile number 1, which many of you will be led through, right? Some of you are starting here, and some of you are got bits and pieces as we found, and you're going to transition into number 3, okay? So let's go ahead and get into number 2. When you find the time, you will feel the rhyme. Now, your particular pile, we're talking about the pit vipers, aka pit adders, okay? And what makes you unique, your particular viper is coming in because you have the presence of a heat sensing organ, okay? These particular vipers, they have these organs on the side of their nose and between their eyes. And basically what they are, my friends, is they're heat seekers. So they actually have like an infrared ability. They have a sixth sense, okay, to like be able to see infrared, okay, and be able to see heat. And this is what allows them to get their prey. And so this is what's coming in, a development of a sixth sense, okay? And when you're unable, found that when they're unable to see or smell, the sixth sense makes all the difference. And this is what I was getting for you. I was getting your sacral chakra, okay, is being honed in on. Collectively, pile number 2, we're going through a root chakra activation. Go back to the beginning to invoke your viper, okay, because some of you are not watching this live. Go back to invoke your viper, listen to the collective message. And for you, I'm getting your sacral chakra, okay? We're rooting, so it's a sacral root chakra activation. When I also plugged into this energy, I was getting a specific card from the Keepers of the Light, and it was this card, this Calais, this dark feminine energy, okay? When this darkened and when this came into my mind's eye, this Calais, I immediately heard green aventurine and hibiscus, and also Lemurian seed and snapdragon, okay? So these energies are coming forward. These energies I'm very familiar with, and what we're talking about here is unlocking these pockets of heat in your face, okay, specifically in your face. And also what that does is that allows you to hone in to your intuition even better. But these pockets of heat have been developed because your feminine energy is kind of, what I'm hearing is that song, Rolling in the Deep. Okay, so there's these emotions that are kind of twisting around you at this time. And it's like, we want to show you, and I've been told many times, this dark feminine energy, not meant for us. Not meant for us, my friends. But these are the energies of that kind of like grab at us. And as she's wearing, you can't tell, but she's wearing snapdragons. Okay, this is what snapdragons look like when they die. They look like little skulls. Okay, and so what this is telling me is that you are definitely, channelers, oracle, writers, develop builders. Some of you are builders. Okay, you're definitely meant to receive. That is for sure. Okay, this group of vipers, they ambush. They wait in the shadows and they ambush. And so what I was feeling like this, and it's so interesting because I got that you guys are fellow tuners, potentially. I was getting the tail rattler here. I was getting sound. I was getting a connection to the Egyptian timeline. And there's actually something, because this particular snake is called a sisterus. And this particular snake is named as a tail rattler, okay? And that's what we're showing in that picture. This is the blue viper, if you noticed. The blue viper, it's in the pit. It's like heat seeking its prey. It's trying to find its way out of the pit. And it's like, as you can see with this particular snake, it's like you're at the tail end. And what we're dealing here with is the orange, the sacral. That's what we're showing in that picture. Okay, a root chakra and a sacral. We want to feel, it's almost like when I'm feeling with you, my friends, is that Elsa effect. I'm thinking of my friend Stacy. Thank you, Stacy. Love you. Everything you've taught me. And she speaks about the Elsa effect. What I mean is a lot of you in this pile are kind of afraid of your own power. You're not really sure. You're afraid you're going to hurt others. You want to keep putting those gloves on. And we're here. And what's happening here is we're like finishing this cycle, right? We're going to eat that tail where we don't need to be afraid of our own power. Because on different timelines, this has been reinforced. We've listened to those shadow energies, and a lot of you, there's no judgment here, but many of you have probably hurt others on other timelines, following energies that were not for you. This is the energy that we're finally breaking free of, okay? So I know it's a little confusing, but collectively we're rooting in. We're rooting in. It's time for us to manifest a different experience. And this energy that we're clearing collectively has been with us for so long, my friends, and is such a trickster energy. It's made us doubt our own magic. It's made us doubt who we are. And that's why we've played it small. But no more, right? No more. We're moving forward. So what's really cool is this sistrum is a machine, okay? In Egypt, the sistrum is a musical machine. It's like you shake it and it makes this sound. And this is what they used in Egypt to help with the flooding of the Nile, to frighten Set away. This is all just symbolic, my friends. Don't attach to the original story. The story is here to lead you. That the sound is coming in to shake away that energy that I'm referring to. And it's kind of like, in the first pile we talked about Harry Potter. This is double confirmation if you chose pile 1 and 2. It's like that energy that shall not be named. Okay. And this is very similar. This is what causes that flooding. This energy kind of comes in and it exploits our emotions. But no more. We're moving beyond this, okay? We're moving beyond. So let's go ahead and move into your oracle, pile number 2. The song that came in for you, there's a song that came in for you, and I was guided to tell you about a healing that I can do with you. Okay, so the song that came in for you was, you can go your own way, right? You can go your own way. You can get the exit ramp from this energy. You no longer need to stay twisted in the emotions, okay? No longer do you need to do that. So, but at the same point in time, I was getting my shadow back session can assist you, can fast track you through those onions. If you've been hanging on, the onions, the layers, okay? Is that those heavy, dense energies are often our energies entangled. So the picture that's coming in here, right? When you have a bunch of, are we using that for this pile? No, for the third pile. Okay, so this a link to the third pile, of course. But when you have I'm getting a card in my mind's eye, and it shows all these snakes entangled in this pit. And then on a rock, it shows one that's escaped. And this is what the energy that I'm speaking about for you. You don't have to remain entangled. You don't have to. Okay? So let's go ahead and find out what is the guidance coming forward for you. Okay? What is the guidance coming forward for you? So let me just kind of put some of these things away here, and we'll move into the rest of your oracle. All right, we're going to start with the Green Witch. We're actually going to take this kind of diagram with you. I'm going to take you down for just a moment as we get into your oracle. We're building this, okay? So we actually have the word time coming in, and we have the word rhyme coming in, okay? And it's like we're going to look at those energies together, and then we're going to look at, and then we're going to have some energy coming in to show you the opportunities coming forward, okay? So let's look at the energies of the time. And just like in our first oracle, we're going to shuffle, and then we're going to look for this, and it's going to be the 5 cards after that, okay? So how many shuffles am I doing, Spirit? We are doing, oh yeah, hold on a second, you guys. I'm so sorry. Fellow tuners. I was getting your fellow tuners. So what does that mean? I consider myself a tuner, and sometimes I use sign language like this with song, and it helps me transmute energies. Okay, so that's what I was getting. Some of you are fellow tuners. I was also getting hermit mode. You're going into hermit mode. And this could be to learn new skills. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do one shuffle, and we're going to look for that card and then take the 5. Okay, so this is all for you guys. Look at that. We have been talking about that onion since the beginning. This is that healing that is really, and actually more than healing, clarity. And it's like, look at this. We're getting to the center, right? We're getting to the center. You are so divinely protected. Know that your angels and guides are with you. There is nothing to fear, okay? This is the structure that many of you are already aware of. This is coming in just double confirmation, okay? Overall, what are we talking about here? Bless you. We're talking about, we've got the number 35, we've got focus. Now, whenever I hear the word focus, we're talking about the pituitary gland, okay? So I love this because this is the time when we step into this pituitary gland and we're talking about focus. We're talking about changes. Think about, if you don't know what the pituitary gland does, I'm a nurse by trade. I've been around healing my whole entire life. And the pituitary gland releases hormones specifically related to the fight or flight response. Now, this is what I was trying to tell you. Now, a million years ago, when we were running from dinosaurs because we were afraid to get eaten, that was appropriate to be scared. But now we're finding people are, getting into that fight or flight because they're late for work. They're getting in. It's all these different narratives that we feel that we have to adhere to. Okay. And that is putting our body into this overwhelm. Okay. So the body is definitely coming in here for you guys. Okay. And look at this in the palm. Okay. So we've got this palm here. Now, I'm not really familiar with this card, so I'm going to pull it out because this is what's in the bottom of your reading, right? It's a beautiful flower. I love the red color because we're still in this red color we're rooting in. And what are you rooting in? It feels like it's in the palm of your hand, okay? That's what I'm feeling. It's in the palm of your hand. It's within your grasp that you can bring this balance in, that you can shift into this again, this abundance. You can root it in. For many of you, it's actually literally in growth right now, okay? And look at right below it. Seems important. 34. Look at this. Following the steps. There's those pansies, okay? And this is that purification. So I feel as in pile number 1, you were in the midst of that purification process. What I feel with you, pile number 2, is I feel that purification process has been going, okay? I feel like that's something that you've been experiencing potentially for the last couple months, okay? So now it's time to talk about this, okay? So let's go ahead and hone in on this energy. Stalks. This is the flower that we're showing. This is the plant. Stalks offer confidence, calmness, and a centered place to rest amid the turmoil and change. It's time to focus, to think more deeply, and to slow down. Interesting, right? Your personal truth needs some attention. So don't let it get lost in your present dealings. Stocks also indicate and lead you to a balanced place in the emotional swings. Be careful of losing yourself amid the behaviors of others. So yeah, and I immediately know that this is for me. Parts of this is for me because I'm consistently learning. I shared pile number 1 that I can tell when the shadows come for me. There's this pattern that I've identified, and it specifically happens with my children. To be honest, is I kind of like, and I have identified. I'm being very vulnerable. Okay, but I'm doing this for purpose. I have identified, because of my trauma that I experienced as a child, that I have like physically been a little, I don't want to use the word jealous, envious is better, of my children's experience. And I know that sounds like so trivial, but in my body, I am upset and grieving because I didn't have that experience. Okay. And so that has helped me to kind of identify that shadow when that rises up, when now we get this anger and it comes, and I'll be honest, it still comes. I'm still learning. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning. The onion is still unraveling. Okay. But the clarity has come in. We're getting to the core. And now it's like in the palm of your hand that you can root in. It's like once you understand what triggers you, you can see how that shadow leads, what it leads you to, because it's leading me to something. And that is the wisdom of understanding and grieving what is perceived to me as a loss. Okay. Okay. Now, when I'm reading this, I'm going to share a focus spell. My angels and guides have told me over and over and over as a mystic, we are not here to create. Okay, I'm watching my words. We are not here to do magic. We are here to experience magic. Magic, my mystic friends, is what leads us to know that we're on course. Okay, so I'm not telling you to do spells. All right, but these have been really kind of nice, and these are using flowers. So you can take a bowl of water, put it in the sun, add stock flowers to it, leave it for an hour, and then you can put it in a spray bottle, right, with a little bit of glycerin. And you can spray areas where you want to instill calm, balance, and focus. So it's almost like a little bit of a tincture, okay? But we're not hurting other people. We're not like, I'm not going to say more there, okay? All right. So this is the energy overall coming in for you, pile number 2. Let's go ahead and look for that time, okay? Let's look for it. We're gonna come down here. Let's look for that time. Where is it? And then we're gonna take the 5 cards after. Oh, nope, that's Rosemary. Close. There's that onion. Oh my God! Look at you guys. There's that onion, and it's right on top of that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to use our time, okay, as a balancer. Okay, we're talking about renewal here. That's what that number 13 is sharing. Everything speaks to me, my friends, okay? So let's get familiar with this energy, though. Have faith in your own abilities. Take steps and leaps forward with confidence. You can do this, and you should, as the energies of time are not only showing positivity, but also a little mystical assistance afforded to you. If you are seeking an answer, it is positive as long as you act now. Failure to believe or care deeply enough can result in a failure and delay. So there is this talk about taking time, and you can create an aura of attraction around you with hair decoration. Now this is just in here, okay? It's kind of fun to share. Secure fresh or dried thyme sprigs to hairpins with florist tape and tuck them in your hair to create a simple or elaborate design. If you decide to do that, please share it with me. And then the added benefit is you should be able to see fairies when wearing thyme in your hair, especially if the sprigs are flowering. Now, we did specifically get a message that when it's time to do the rhyme, and that came in as a rhyme, and the fairies do like to talk in rhyme. Are some of you poets? Are some of you songwriters? Allow that to come through, okay? This creates a lot of renewal. This is definitely all hitting on everything we talked about, the Elsa effect. It's time to take the gloves off and to step into our power, knowing that we're not going to hurt others. It's all about coming from the space of being heart-centered, okay? And that's what we're getting here. So let's look at these 5 next cards and what they're going to be talking about when we're talking about this time, okay? How interesting, I spelled it wrong. But that's fine. We're going to be taking these next 5 cards, okay? Here's this apple. We're getting to the core. We are. And what do they say? An apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? And this is all about this collaboration, this surrender. I love how we're bringing in, and look at, we talked about this yellow, and this, you see all these colors? This apple is like yellow, and it's red. And I was speaking to you particularly about getting your root chakra and your solar plexus into balance. And when this happens, you can actually collaborate with that unconditional love. So it's like, let's stop giving our fear away. So those of you that are transitioning from 1 into 2, it's really locking into that power, not giving our power away, standing in our power. But then what I'm getting here is bringing back our connection. And I've been talking about my relationship with my children and how I can see my children, they're manifesting the things that I lost, but it's the wisdom to see that. How can we collaborate with ourselves unconditionally so that we can lay down the fight, no more fight, and arise through that heart? This is what I feel like is happening with you. Is like it's like you are solid in your feminine energies. I feel that so much. That's why this is your time. You're solid in that. What you're not so solid in, my friends, is taking the right steps. This is what's kind of keeping you a little at bay, okay? This is what I was feeling. But this is like double. Look at this. 13 makes a 26. And I love this because I'm getting this collaboration, watching somebody else, collaborating with another. This is kind of reminding me of back to Harry Potter. In one of the Harry Potter movies, there's all these challenges, and they kind of collaborate with one another. They kind of help each other. And this is what I'm getting here. So maybe you're aligning to somebody else who that you're meant to work with, kind of like study partners, okay? Because I mentioned an apple a day keeps the doctor away, okay? So this is where I'm getting this renewal, collaborating, and here we're talking about the shadow box alchemy session for you, collaborating to keep the doctor away so that we can actually reveal those shadows. That's what the shadow box alchemy does. Is we get together and, I assist you with your shadows and allow that black, that heavy blackness. Black is like all color. And we basically, in the lowest terms, without getting into it so much, is we take that shadow, that heavy black, okay, like look at these black splotches. we take those energies and we put them in the right color box. So we put them in your power, we put them in your connection, and then your wisdom. Okay, so and then that way we transform the shadows, we redeem them. Okay, so first of all, this is what's coming in. The apple. Now the apple also is I'm getting a little bit also here with the labors of Hercules. Okay, and it's like these apples getting to the core, and it's like looking in the middle at the seed, looking at the seed, the root, so that when you plant further, what you're planting, it develops into the fruit. Okay, is what's really kind of coming up here. But I'm also getting with the seeds, okay, is that many of you, and that's what I was getting, many of you are fellow tuners. Many of you are going to maybe align with my work so that you can also tune energies. And this is a medicine. So that you become the doctor. Okay? And that's for those who are not afraid to take their gloves off, to step into their mysticism. Ooh. Yeah. This is actually, in this position, we're going through this root chakra activation, and it's like for you, you feel like you're being pulled back. But grapes, they pair with kayanite, and kayanite is a crystal that never needs to be cleansed. It is always charged, always working to be completely, gosh, I'm just being so vulnerable, but I'm going to be. I have this gridded in my heart chakra, to be honest. So these these attunements, these crystals and plants have come together in my personal mission. It has allowed me to be the tuner. They work with the vibration of my energy. And so this is, I haven't taken blood pressure medicine for a while because this is in my heart chakra. So, but these grapes speak to that energy, and this is what's coming in. This is what's rooting in for you. To throw those gloves off, step into your power so that you can root in your connection, so that you can align to the secrets within your ancestry, to the things that have been traveled. This is what the root chakra is all about. And look at, with the grapes here, it's like you can align to the gods, to the godlike qualities. I mean, this is really what we're meant to do. We are made in God's image, and we're meant to align to these energies. And this is something that you can actually manifest, my friends. And this is especially something in collaboration with the community. This is, number 23, of course, always talking about your uniqueness. And so when you align to your uniqueness and collaborate with others, it's like unstoppable. It's unstoppable, my friends. It's like you see these little trindles, they just climb. And they're not like vines where they suffocate. It's just like, this is that fence, climbing up that fence. This is what I'm getting. How like the grapevines, how they climb on this trellis and they spread so that their fruit can spread. So you stepping into your uniqueness and I feel like you know. I feel like many of you know this is stepping in a way where you're manifesting it, where you're being like me and you're being vulnerable to show your weirdness. You think it's weirdness, but it's actually your unique. Yeah, my husband's like, it's weird. But you know what? It is weird, but it's who you are. It's who you are. We all have this individual secret power. And this is what the shadow alchemy, I told you what it does. I'm sorry. I know I'm going on here, but the shadows, we wear them like a mask. We literally wear them as a mask, and they keep us hidden in the shadows. But just like superheroes, I want you to think about Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. It's like once you step into that uniqueness, that mask can be used to help rescue others. And that's what I'm feeling here. Stepping into your superpower, not only stepping into it, bringing it and rooting it in on this plane, showing its face. And this feels very abundant, very positive for you, my friends. Very. Okay. Oh, that's my own card that I put back. Now, there's an ending here, though, for you. There is a healing. I feel like you're in the midst of it, okay? And look at this. This is that geranium. Okay, now geranium helps keep the bugs away. I mentioned to pile number 1, I'm going to mention it to you, pile number 2. Come in to this attunement on Thursday and Saturday. We're doing an amber / yew tree meditation healing. And guess what it does? It captures the bugs. Okay. I was feeling sacral. This is in the position. Okay. So you don't know, but I know that I'm actually kind of building through your energy here. And this is in the position exactly of your sacral. And so I want you, this is what we're highlighting for you. You're having a root chakra, sacral chakra activation. And so what we're talking about here is an ending, bringing that balance, allowing that authenticity to bloom here in the physical, to not just be something that you hold inside. Okay. And it's like and like with this pink color, it's all about having this unconditional love, allowing yourself to kind of like not have it all mapped out. Okay. Allowing yourself to follow your intuition, allowing your angels and guides to come in to help you with the timing, to help you to understand what's best for you. Okay. As I'm looking at this, the numbers are coming in. I'm hearing, look at the numbers. So as you develop this uniqueness of yourself, as you embrace this and allow this to root in, okay, it's like as a divine feminine, you end this cycle of having to hide, is what I feel, of being afraid of these. I'm just going to call them bugs, okay? I'm just going to call them bugs. And what they are is they're irritants, okay? I'm getting like the windshield, right? And it's like the bugs. What they do is they come when you're driving fast. Okay, interesting. Let's go. When we're driving fast and the bugs hit the windshield, it's hard for us to see. Okay. And as we use the windshield wipers, as we try to cleanse them, the residue is still there, messing with the vision. And this is what's coming forward. How can we have the unconditional love to not have to cleanse, 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 cleanse? How can we know that we're in the midst of this healing? Do you see this energy here? This is what I'm feeling in this bottle. It's like it's already in flux. And it's like you're already in it. Okay? But how can we, instead of repeating the same thing over and over and over, how can we do something new is what's coming up. Okay, truly, what's coming up here to keep those bugs away. Now, the difference between these two, we've got 23 and 37. Okay, that's a difference of what, 14? So how can we be at one with the structure to allow the shift? Okay, the number 14 is being highlighted, and interesting enough, that is what follows number 13. So if we're following the steps leading us to the 14, right, being one with the structure, it's actually a 5, which is a shift. And I'm getting that with you, 5, 5, 5 here. We've got a lot of 5s coming in, a lot of shifts, okay? And it's like, but this is for you. This is for you. Okay, let's move on. There's that 25. Again, I'm feeling this is a huge connection. There's that 25 with pile 1. Double confirmation that there's a cleansing at hand for you. Okay? And it's like this lemon. Okay, lemon in itself is a diuretic. Okay, I love how this is coming through. Okay, so lemon, when you add lemon to water, and how can you hone in on the color yellow? How can you hone in on your power, your juiciness, your zest, right? And when you add lemon to water, when you add lemon to the emotions that are twirling in that sacral chakra, which is a watery chakra, okay? When we add lemon, it's a diuretic and it allows, and so what I mean by a diuretic is it allows those waters to recede. It allows them to, so when you add lemon as a diuretic, it means you're going to pee more, okay? So that you release those fluids, you release the viscosity, the pressure, okay? I hope this is hitting because we're talking about your body. So some of you actually can get some lemons and use it in your water. If you naturally are getting headaches, okay, which could be related to blood pressure, um, your blood pressure, okay, different fluctuations in your blood. Like I am getting that, okay. But a lot of these we're holding on to, and what we're talking about figuratively is we're letting go of the attachment of those emotions. How can the emotions lead us to smoother waters instead of just twisting? See, I just keep coming back to that. You see in that bottle, it's like the cap's on and we're just being shaken over and over and over and over. And it's like, no, how can we hold into our power? How can we allow our light? How can we allow our own light? And for some of you, spending some time in the yellow, in the sun, okay? Taking some time for you, all right? Walking in the forest, allow the magic to find you, okay? That's what I was saying. Allow the magic to find you. I'm actually I'm in your energy. That's why I have my eyes closed. I'm seeing your energy. And it's like what you're not necessarily aware of, and this big collective healing that I've been referring to, what we're rooting in. We're rooting in that viper. We're rooting in that we are like literally, not just figuratively, but literally um, with this viper, we are attacking these energies so that they can die. They can die. Okay. And it's like, how can you renew yourself? How can you allow your vibrancy? How can you hold on to your power? Again, not be afraid of who you are. Okay. Now, for some of you, this is in the solar plexus. Okay. So it's like, for some of you, this feels like those of you that are kind of resonating with this cleansing in this, it's like there's a healing to your divine feminine and there's this cleansing to your divine masculine, because what has happened, what I've been shown, is a lot of times this is the heart of our masculine, right? This is what's been taught. My angels and guides are telling me this is the house of our masculine, that our masculine is not meant to be engaged in the will. Our masculine is not meant to take actions being forced to do, okay? But instead to go through the heart, to keep your heart open and to surrender to the process. Surrender until you know the right action to take. We've become so good at engaging our will, forcing, that we don't even know the direction to go. So a lot of you in this pile are being encouraged to kind of sit back a little bit, to wait for the time and the rhyme, to really feel engaged, okay? To allow your body to show that. I'm getting the body here. The body wants to communicate and get involved here, okay? And it wants to show you. But like what's happening right now in this solar plexus is we're going through that cleansing. We're releasing that healing in the sacral is we're really becoming, there's a healing going on there. This is collectively going on for pile 2, collectively pile 2 for you. You're feeling the release of those energies that I've been talking about. And what that's allowing is a cleansing to your masculine, so that you can get in the right, so that the actions you take follow the timing, okay? Because your timing has been off. Lord, do I understand this, okay? I do understand this. Okay. Now, Mary says, time has my sun sign on it. Ooh. Yeah, Libra. Libra, that's my sun sign as well. And it talks about relationships of all kinds, right? And this is what we're talking about, our relationship to self, our relationship to our family, to our friends, to our projects, to spirit, to our spirituality, to our church, to everything, okay? And us Libras been going through it, huh, Mary? Okay, and here, conversely, in the lemon, we have this Gemini. So we have these pillars, we have this duality. And the lemon is like letting us know that we can rise through, okay? And when we have the pink and we have the yellow coming together, it's almost like this coral color. And that takes us back to like being able to use our power to bring our body in congruence to where we truly are, to allow the different stimuli that are not for us to be cleansed off, okay? So this is what I'm feeling. I really am feeling this. Like physically in your vessel, there is a cleansing happening to that emotional body so that we don't feel like we're in that twist. It's just naturally happening for you. Okay. And I keep seeing these stars. I definitely feel like this is related to your star family. And again, we've been getting the evolution and of the Fae. Okay. So I don't know if you feel like in elemental family, if this is for you, but like this is really interesting. This is really, really interesting. And then here we have the 5th card for you. And it's this orange. So here we've got these citruses coming together. I'm sorry, just a moment. My husband is calling. Hello? Flynn. Flynn, middle school. Flynn, bye. Okay, sorry, my husband's picking up my daughter at Flynn. Okay, so we've got these citruses coming in. And I want you to think about really pile number 2, what's happening here is like, if you need the visual, go buy a lemon, go buy an orange and peel it. Okay. So it's like there's a peel that's coming off, but when you take that peel, it's like these little juices, the zest, they sprinkle out and they awaken the senses and they stimulate the memory. Lemon here and the orange here, they stimulate your memory, okay? And so allow what comes up because it's these memories, it's this energy flowing together of these citruses. It's like this new zest. I can feel it. This is the magic coming your way. Hearing your cards, I'm seeing it. It's like when we have this ending, this healing and this sacral, it's like we step into this magic, we come into this balance, and again, we have this 10-10. It's like this is like part of your mastery. It's like when we have this emotional balance, what I'm feeling is it transfers into this mental balance, okay? Because the mental body is the physical, the quality of your mental body is the physical manifestation of your masculine energy. And so if you're kind of getting into, okay, I really don't want any judgment here because this is natural process. Okay, I'm not saying any judgments, but what can happen is, and I have a very close attachment to mental illness, and in fact, this surrounds a lot of my will engaged in my work. Okay, because I believe that those who are suffering from mental illness, if you will, if you have it in your family, are actually tapping into something that most of us are afraid to tap into. But it doesn't have to be in a structure that's unbalanced. And this is that onion that's being stripped away, right? So I am so sorry, you guys. I can't believe this. Look at the phones calling. I think this is the school, so hold on. Hello? Hi, honey. Daddy's on his way. Sorry, he went to the wrong school. He'll be there in a few minutes. All right, bye. Okay. And interesting, isn't it? Okay, sorry about that. I would normally not do that, but it's my child. Okay. So, and again, I'm getting these steps. So it's like 13 and then 14, right? And then 15. That is what I'm feeling here. That's a 5. That's that shift, okay? Not 15, but that 5, that other 5. Something feels very ambiguous here. So let me kind of tap in a moment. Well, we've got more cards to go. Okay, so this is the shift at hand. We're shifting into this zest. It definitely feels there's something more that wants to be revealed. And of course, we have more cards. So let's go ahead and go into, we're going to do 2 shuffles, okay? So it's like, what are we rooting in? What is the shift of what we're rooting in? Okay, we're going to line these up. Let's do 2 shuffles. We got Archangel Michael here. And I love this because there's that Cainite. That's literally what's being represented there, is Cainite on that sword. And we were talking about Cainite and the grapes. Okay. Okay, shuffle number 1. And there we have Bridget, undoing those knots, finding the strength to undo the knots of what was so that we can step into who we truly are. Remember, this is about evolutionary changes. Okay, so many of you, I feel it so strongly, and this is why you're afraid of your own power. Many of you, unfortunately, have been burned at the stake. Many of you have been hurt over lifetimes for your natural mysticism. Okay, I really do feel it. And this is why you're afraid of your own power and why it's so confusing. Couple that with this energy that is literally trying to block you from your individuality. Okay, let's couple that all together and we get this hot mess. And we start to judge ourselves and feel like we're not good enough. Nothing truly manifesting what's in your heart. It's like nothing, it's like you've tried all, I'm getting this. I don't know if this is a message for one or some or all, but you have tried so many things. You've tried so many things, but it's this now that makes you feel alive. And this is that zest. It's like, this is what makes you feel alive, but it's like, in a lot of ways, you're afraid of what's going to happen, of what's always happened, that it's going to fall apart. Okay? That it's going to fall apart, that it's going to lead to nothing. And that's because of the knots, the blocks that you've had before. And I just feel so empowered that when you release those gloves, when you hold on to your passion, to your flame, when you follow your guidance, you can undo those knots and you can re-knot to keep what was at bay. So it's like, so that's the thing here. This is the flip of the script for you, pile number 2. This is that tail end for you, pile number 2. It's like you are in this authenticity, but there is this fear of like flipping the script because you've done it so many times and has ended so badly. Have the courage. Have the courage, my friends. Have the courage to be at one with your spark. Have the courage to be one with who you are. This is your mission. I feel it so strongly. I really, really do. And that's what was so ambiguous a moment ago. And I can just feel it so strong. So, what we're talking about here for you is this divine healing. Yeah. And remember, as I'm going to show you, Angel, I talked about this. For you guys, we're doing this right here. And it talks about this 111. Okay. And this is the energy that lets you know, it empowers you to know that you are divinely aligned to this healing. And I want you to see, I told you, fellow tuners, do you see all this in the background? This is what's been blocked from you. This ability to tap into these energies that are just naturally allow you to transmute. Wow. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do not allow your fear to convince you otherwise. It is time to put an end to that. Many of you ascended masters in your own right, as this is the mission that we are all on. We think that we are separate from these energies of ascended mastery when we are all meant to step into that ourselves. And what is an ascended master, but yet one who cannot control, but one who is in flow of the emotional body and the mental body, in balance and allowing your uniqueness to shine. Plain and simple. God, I'm so glad we recorded that because that was beautiful. Thank you, Spirit, for coming in so strong. Let's go ahead and go down and find Callie. Let's find the dark feminine. Let's find this healing. Okay, because that's where we're going to start. This dark feminine, not meant for us. Okay, I really don't want to go into why it's here, but it's holding us all captive, my friends. And that energy is dead now. We can go beyond it. Let's find her. Where is she? There she is. There she is. And what is she right on top of? It feels important. Mercury, opening communication, the healing coming in, the alchemy. Okay? So this is where we're going to start. And overall, what are we speaking of here is the ability for your light to help heal others. Okay? Your magic, your mysticism helps to heal others. But we've got to face this fear that major spiritual changes are in front of us. This green adventuring and hibiscus is surrounding you, unlocking those pockets of heat so that they're blocking your intuition, okay, that are causing constriction. And it's time to let all that happened, that Lemurian timeline is so painful, my friends, okay? And it's so painful for these divine feminine energies. And this is what we have got to let go of. We've got to let go and allow those energies to no longer hold us captive. Okay, I feel it so strongly. Let's go. Let's go. Archangel Michael coming in on that root chakra, an apple a day to keep the doctor away. Okay, so Archangel Michael is coming in to hold that sword, to know that first of all, look at these red, and I told you, look at these red and these golden energies. Alchemy is what you are holding on to. Hold on and gather the ingredients. Gather the ingredients that lead to this alchemy, to surrender and to not have to feel the fight, to not have to feel that you have to cut these cords and cleanse this and cleanse that. My friends, that is not. Go within and ask yourself if those types of energies are truth. They keep us lost. Okay? Archangel Michael saying here, trust heaven. You are safe. The angels staying close. Surrender your concerns and allow the miracle. Allow the miracle to happen. We're getting to the core. Come to this amber and yew tree and see what happens for you. Just see. It's a $38 investment, my friends. See what happens, because I bet you are going to be super surprised. I bet you are. Okay? So, what's also interesting about Archangel Michael, I feel the need to come forward about this. Archangel Michael is showing up on the root chakra here, okay, in this red energy. Now, you know he's often shown with the color blue and talking about the throat chakra. But I see that those two are in line. You've stepped into your authenticity. That is definitely aware, okay? You've done some alchemy there. But it's a matter of actually traversing this back into this plane, okay? Speaking that truth, stepping into that alchemy, all right? Getting to the core of how, and then look at allowing your seeds to disperse. Okay, this is what brings you into balance. Now, some of you, okay, I'm just going to keep going because there's like another message that wants to come, but it's not here yet. I cannot help but see these scales as that viper actually in pile number 3. So if those of you that are really like resonating with this and you have pile number 3, alchemy is just in front of you, and the angels are next to you, but guess what? They're here to assist you. It is you that step into that. It is you that is the catalyst. They cannot do anything without you asking, and they don't do it for you. Okay, does that make sense? They can assist you. You can channel. Like me, I channel the words. Okay, I work a lot with intention. I channel the words, but just because I channel doesn't mean it is. I have to speak them with intention myself. Okay, so trust that you are safe. Your angels are close. They want to work with you. Whenever you see the archangels, they want to teach you something, and in particular, they want to teach you about this balance in these chakras, okay? And what I'm getting for you specifically is that sacral chakra and rooting that in by allowing the surrender, allowing the ascension, okay? So beautiful. How beautiful is this? We're actually working in this card on your root chakra, which for me on this channel always speaks about the Egyptian timeline. And what did we have here in your channeled messages from your particular Viper is we literally are talking about the sistrum, which is an instrument, a shake. It's like a rattle, okay? And this is what shamans use to shake out the energies, okay? And potentially, if you do this shadow box healing, pile number 2, which is being identified for you, we can shake out those shadows, okay? Ascension, move into your true self, rise above the darkness. The light is here. The light is here. Your individuality is waiting for you. Okay? It's like your godlike qualities, your individuality of who you are, the aspect of God Himself within you wants to be identified. And in a lot of ways, what happened on this timeline is really kind of holding, and this is what we've been working with. We're really collectively healing the energies that affected us all in different ways on this Egyptian timeline. Okay? And when we think about the Egyptian timeline and we think about the connection to gods, right? It was like outside of them. It was like these gods came in for, to teach us that we're beneath, right? And that's where the delusion happened. This is where the alchemy is coming together. And look at those snakes, this coming together to root in for you is like we are all made in God's image. Okay? We are all magic. We all have these capabilities. This is where we're going. You probably already have this with certain people. People in here, pile number 2, you probably already have telepathic connections with others. You probably already have very synchronistic, beautiful, magical things happening when you allow this, your uniqueness, to rise to the top. And what we're doing is we're paying it forward. When you step into yours, it allows someone to be courageous and bold to do the same. So I hope that the stories and the things that I'm sharing about my weirdness, my uniqueness, and how I can pay that forward as a tool to assist you to step into your own, and then you can do the same for those. Do you see? Do you see how we can get the exit ramp, my friends? That it starts with courage. It starts with the courage and the renewal to not have to push, but to pull. Okay? So what is this ending? I am like not only I am like overcome with emotion that this card just came up. We already talked about this card. Just feels so magical in itself. I'm like literally fighting back the tears right now because many of you need to know that the shadows that lurk in the spaces that keep you captive are these moments of trauma, moments of where you were literally traumatized. And those are the reasons that that's what's been reinforced. And I'm just so emotional because I have gone through this myself. So many have endured this. I didn't even realize so much that was hidden that's been uncovered. And it takes courage. It takes courage. I'm keeping my eyes closed because the tears are just flowing. It takes courage to go beyond that because it was so traumatic. That trauma in its own way kind of developed its own consciousness, and that is what's keeping you blocked. And that's why you feel separated. And then I'm hearing that song, you got to keep them separated, and then there's all these energies. I know you feel them. I know you do. It's not just me. These bugs, these irritants, these things that want to keep us from our vision and our passion and who we truly are. I know you feel them. I know you do. You are not wrong. Trust your instincts. There are energies at play, and it is nothing for us to fear. It is nothing for us to fear because many of you ascended masters, you came back to assist. You are here already doing the work. You just don't remember. You just need that spark of that memory, that zest to remind you of who you are, of who we all are. Bridget says, move back into wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. You have the power to end this for yourself. And I'm getting for so many others. But you've got to have the courage. You've got to take the steps. I'm looking at this Aries energy, and it's like we've got this this Capricorn energy, and here we are, and this Capricorn energy is like divinely aligned to really put that wind, look at that, the wind under your wings, okay? And that's the song that I'm going to tune these energies with. I'm a tuner. I transmit energies with music. And this is because of all of these attunements in me, okay? But at the same point in time, that song is Patrick Swayze. Nobody puts baby in a corner. She's like the wind. She's like the wind through my tree, okay? Through my tree. She, your part of you, okay? So it's like what I'm seeing previously with these masculine energies in the center point, it's our feminine that's getting the healing, but this healing is coming because of this healing to your masculine. I feel it very strongly. I really do. So that we can lead with our feminine and not our masculine. You see, I was talking a lot about the will. This is lining up the magic here. Look at Mother Mary coming in, the roses, the unfolding, the grace. She says, I just love this card. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. And that just speaks so loudly about being right, and how can we receive that all around us are showing us exactly what we need. How can we stop fighting? How can we stop fighting? Because that fight is what keeps those knots twisted. How can we surrender and relax and allow? I mean, that's what I'm seeing, the braid. It's like relax, surrender, keep your heart open. And it's like the braid comes undone. What's been done is released. And then we can re-braid to bring into balance so that we don't have to keep going back to the same trauma. This is literally what the shadow box alchemy session does. It allows this shadow parts of you to be redeemed, to be resurrected. And Mother Mary is saying, this is the cleansing at hand, so that you don't have to be afraid of your own power. You don't have to no longer be afraid of your own magic. Which I want to remind you is not something that we just do, okay? It's not just a do. It's a receive and a do. It's an inspired, complete thought and action. It is not a retaliation, okay? It is not just jumping in. And this energy speaks so loudly to me. It really does, because this, I mean, fellow tuners, this is my exact mission. I feel you. I do. It's hard. But you have so many energies, so many different energies that are aligning with you so that you can come out of that shadow, come out of that turmoil, those things that keep you blocked. And many of you feel this. You literally feel the blocks. I know you do. Why? Because you're so intuitive. These blocks are not with your feminine. These blocks are with your masculine, afraid to take action. I hope this speaks loudly for you. This is Diana. This is the epitome of the Roman translation of Venus, which is the epitome of the translation of the astronomical symbolism of our divine feminine. We started out talking about focus, the pituitary gland. And here we see in your fifth card, okay, this 55, okay, this double shift for you. We see focused attention. Think about what you desire, set your sights high, and expect the highest possible outcome. Do you see what's behind her? You see all those shadows. You see all those energies behind her. And look at the stars. Like, we've been getting the star family all throughout. This is an evolution. This is a time to walk freely in your uniqueness, in who you are, your skills, your bow and arrow, your unique, divine, aligned energies of who you are. And you haven't been able to walk free before. And now you can. And now you can. Sorry about that. I don't know why you listened to her and not me. Okay.
Oh,
and now you can. So this is just so beautifully magical here. Let's go into the one-on-one. Let's really validate. Sorry, my husband's fighting. So many. There's Jordan. She's going to want to say hi. All right. Let's look at these cards. As you can hear my family, I know. But we've been on here for a couple hours. That's just going to happen. I would never say anything in front of my family I wouldn't say to you. All right. Or say to you that I wouldn't say in front of my family, because we are family, right? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do a one-on-one. We're going to talk about we're getting a hi, Jordan. Oh, you're crying with me, Mary. I love you. Oh, I hear you, Mary. Okay, let's look into some of these messages. Time is my sun sign. I would love my body to be healed. I'm so tired of it all. Yeah. Oh, Mary, your grief can sometimes block you from your guides and also make you feel incredibly tired. Yes, that is That is absolutely 100% truth. 100%. Absolutely, Michelle. Ascended Masters. Yes, we are all. I had surgery on my back, and I need another one to help me stand up straight. Oh, Mary, yeah, and this is what we're noticing. Like, these emotions. I'm glad that you brought that up. These emotions actually they hold our bodies captive. It's like we're here, and this is how these energies play. And this is the why we talk about chakras, is how energies come in. And it's like, and there are a lot of energies that are really not meant for us. Okay. And this is not something that we did wrong. This is still being recovered. It's not a conspiracy, but there's definitely something at play trying to block us. We all feel it. We all know it. That shall not be named. It feels very ambiguous, but we're going to get to it, my friends. We're going to get to that juicy center. And how are we going to do it? Together. Now, I do want to show, I cannot help but see this pattern. Remember in Archangel Michael? Hold on, I know the light's messing. Do you see how I said this snake pattern here on the heart? And then look at, she's wearing it on her arms. She's wearing it on her accessories. So it's like we're not getting rid of anything. We're transforming it. We're redeeming. Okay, all of these energies we're talking about, they're ours. They're ours, but somehow we became battle within ourselves. So interesting, right? All right. So for the sacrifice you've made, we've got some beautiful words. Your angels and guides want to come in with some direction for you. To point you in the way, to find this zest, to allow these emotions, to allow this healing to that sacral. Because if you think of the sacral, is a watery chakra, okay? And it's like, and what's happened is like the waters, it's like we feel like we're drowning. This is what the emotional quality. Many people have this emotion, the quality of your divine feminine is she's drowning. She's like twisting in the water. But those of you that find the emotional, I'm actually preaching to people that already do this. You find this emotional stability, and it's like you build that boat, right? You build a boat. That's what I'm saying. Many of you have built that boat. But we really want to get to the root of what causes, because even in the boat, I'm hearing that song. That Small Boat. I love that song so much. I'm a small boat in the water. It's like I got one match. It's like many of you feel like you only have one chance. This is because of the quality of those emotions. This is what the shadows do. They affect our emotional body and our mental body. And when these are out of balance, we cannot receive, we cannot take action. It causes self-sabotage. It causes all kinds of havoc for us. Okay. And this is what's being hugely ignored in the spiritual community, is where we talk about energy and we talk about chakras and we talk about this, and this gives us things, but it's like we have to look at the quality of the emotions and the quality of the mental, because when we have these fearatives happening in our society, when we hear someone stepping into a school and shooting off, that sets off automatically something within us, automatically. And we know that this is happening because look at where we are. Look at what we see. Look at what we're noticing, and it hurts our hearts. And those of you that it hurts your hearts so much, you know why it hurts your heart so much? It's because you can actually do something about it. You can tune those shadows, okay? You can actually remind the shadow that they are light. My guides are so funny. I'm getting like a mic drop. It's so funny. Okay. So your angels and guides are showing you direction, okay? But what they really want to bring forward, there it is again. Is this the card? All right, so let's read both. It's solitude. And I told you, I was feeling this with pile number 1. If you're getting it again, pile 1 and 2, okay, just know that you're going into this hermit mode because you're going into how you can go into this groundbreaking energy so that you can learn how to manifest your magic and not be afraid. You might even want to watch Elsa. I'm going to recommend the second movie for you all. Pile number 2, pile number 1. You can watch both. If you're looking for a little bit of inspiration, I have to tell you, those movies are going to inspire you and look at you as Elsa. Look at you as Elsa. Look at how you feel, how you have been created affects others and it hurts them. And so you want to isolate yourself. But this isolation, this solitude is to teach you how to harness your gift. Okay? How to harness your gift. And to go through the shadows. You've got to walk through the shadows to be able to reclaim that power, those connections, and that wisdom. But my friends, you do not have to do it on your own. I want to remind you, you do not have to do it on your own. You can do it in a shadow box session. You can just message me. I put all the details in the description box. It is $333. But I will walk by your side. It is an incredible experience. And it is part of my divine magic that I am no longer afraid to not share. Okay? And it is a tool to assist you to step into your own uniqueness. Because what we're doing, my friends, collectively, is we're creating um, the league of superheroes, where we can take the mask that has kept us evaded from our own self, and we can come out of the shadows as superheroes together collectively to assist others that cannot assist themselves, because not everybody is in for that evolution this timeline. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's talk about this direction, which, interesting enough, is right here. We are actually going to read all three of these cards because I feel it's important. Okay. So let's come a little closer. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to take my glasses off so I can read it. Being enough. The innermost heart says you are enough, nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change, no need to grow, more deserving. Yes, you are love. You are deserving. You just have to let these energies fall off. This is the card we got in pile number 1. That's why it feels so magical. Okay, it does. So that came in pile number 1. Pile number 2, we've got solitude coming up again, but here we're getting a little bit more information about direction. Now, I personally, it says Lord, and I just personally have stepped away from that word. I'm going to say God, okay? God, please show me the right action right now. Please bring me a sign and a miracle that gives me a clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to head in the wrong way, please stop me. How can you allow your body to communicate to you? And I have to tell you, my sensitives, fellow tuners, most of the feelings that you have are not yours. Most of the feelings that you have are the feelings that others. When I am doing the session with you, I will be feeling exactly what you're feeling. I have learned that. I have learned that that's just what my soul imprint, that is my function. But fellow tuners, you also get it so that you can hone in on the root, so that you can actually transmute the energies. Be brave enough to feel them. Be brave enough to feel them. Your body, we've been talking about it this whole time. One more time, we're going to read this in case you weren't with us. Once you embrace your inner divine in your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing and chasing. And this has been a huge lesson, and thank you, Spirit, for bringing it in, a huge lesson that I'm going to take. There's those daisies reminding, typically in our society, we take daisies and we say, does he love me? Does he love me not? Does he love me? Does he love me not? And we hope we get, does he love me? But what I want to tell you is, don't even worry about the petals. Go straight to the center. That center is the sun. And that sun is who you are. You are the center of creation. You are the center of your family. You are the center of your being. And you absolutely radiate love. And you absolutely are worthy to receive. Open your heart to receive. Say the words if necessary. I open my heart to receive. The universe has my back. Okay? And daisies pair with canvasite and apophyllite. Just saying that this is part of the attunements that I work with. I work with all of these. So these really speak to me. Fern, oh my gosh, a beautiful attunement. So look at all these energies are coming in to hold you in this sacred space. Okay? To hold you in this sacred space. Be brave, be courageous. Pile number 2. Be courageous. Allow the renewal. Don't push, pull. Trust your guidance, go within, and I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Ask yourself, go within and ask yourself when you feel calm, when you feel serene, which is amazing. I'm seeing this in your energy right now. Ask, is this healing for me? Because many of you, my team has told me that this is what I do to fast track your healing because, gosh, I'm getting emotional again. Because you have endured enough trauma. You cannot learn from it anymore. You have already learned. The problem is we got to cut off that. We have to allow that trauma to be redeemed and to transform into wisdom. Okay? Ugh, I just feel so emotional about that. Oh my goodness. Okay. That feels complete. And we're looking at 111. Okay? Remember. So this is being emphasized for you, my friends. These are the first cards. And Angel 111 is saying, know you are divinely aligned. Go within and see. Okay? You are divinely aligned to be able to do this shadow box alchemy, to allow these energies to be redeemed so that you can move on in your process. Okay? Well, that felt very emotional and hit home for me. So I'm never afraid to, you're going to learn that about me. I do not hide my emotions. If anything, I hope they speak more truth. So let's go ahead and move into pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3. You are the third evolution. You are what are called the pitless vipers. No longer with that heat seeking, okay? No longer in that fight, right? You are called the old world, the true adders, and a true adder you are. You add to the actual community as a whole. We're talking about the European asp or viper here. Now, I was getting a connection. This story came up and it wanted to be shared, that there's a connection to how Cleopatra was thought to have died from this type of snake. Okay. They said they should committed suicide. My guides are like, no, she did not. Okay. But anyway, I'm getting that you guys are builders. You add to how others experience the world. There was also an overwhelming sense when I was in your energy. There's also an overwhelming sense to allow your creativity and your uniqueness to shine by letting some things go. Okay, letting them die. They've run their course. Feeling very emotional, not right now, sweetheart. Feeling very, and I was feeling very philosophical here. I was getting that you guys are, okay, here we go, channeled message. Secret holders and molders. I was also getting art expression, writing of books, music. Your form of expression is felt in others who experience you. I actually wrote down, wow, you're amazing. I was also getting I was getting for the third time, and I tried to ignore it because I kept hearing this phrase. And at first I didn't think it was for you, but it was. I heard it 3 times. Not all is as it seems. Not all is as it appears. You are key holders, true collaborators with an emphasis on orator. Okay? Your message speaks volume. And what's coming up for you, pile number 3, is a shift in your vision. A shift in your vision. Okay? So, another channeled message for you, pile number 3, is this. I thought it was very strange, and I can't wait for you to to let me know how it resonates. Honey, can you? Yeah. Okay. I can't wait for how it resonates. But I literally heard the song. There is Jacques, dormez-vous, la 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 la, which some who don't know French, I don't know why, I know the French version, and that's what came up. But it's also about Brother John, a friar who overslept and is urged to get up and sound the bells. Sound, orator, sharing your message. Our expression comes in a lot of forms, and you may not think that art is an oration, but yet it is speaking your truth. You wouldn't think music is an oration. So, what we're getting here is sound. Put your sound out, okay? We all have a sound. And those of you, okay, sorry, a little drink of water here. Now, my team has been teaching me some new things. And of course, when I heard Vera Jacques, I automatically knew that I was going to be using this particular oracle, the Divine Energy Oracle. And I want to show you why, okay? Because it has the Eiffel Tower. So that was one little symbol for me that I knew I was going to use the divine energy. And so the divine wants to come in. We're also talking about the heart of alchemy here, okay? And also for your pile, we have the wild wood, okay? We have the wild wood oracle also coming through. Now, we actually have quite a few energies to come in, or quite a few messages that want to come through for you. So I will not be surprised if you want to come back, okay? And I encourage you to do so, because pile number 3, these energies, if you didn't listen, please go to the collective activation where we invoke our Viper. Your particular Viper has no markings. It is gold in appearance, okay? Which is really beautiful. So that's showing that what really came with your particular snake is that you have achieved alchemy and you know how to do it, and you can show others to do the same. Okay. And that's that expression. And you translate this and share your message in different ways. So if you've never done art before, allow it to come through. Allow yourself to be in flow. Okay? All right. A shift in your vision. And that starts with a shift in your structure, which then creates a shift in your vision. This overall energy that we're dealing with, it actually is so big, my friends. I can't even really go into it because it's that big. It affects thousands upon thousands of people. And it's an energy that's been holding us like with a thumb down. And it's like holding us in a box, like tight in a structure. Okay. And it's like it's time to move outside that box. We've been talking about the evolution of the Fae. And when we talk about the evolution of the Fae, it's like the fairies are so small in structure. And so, but there's this idea that they're so small. And it's like, you're such a big energy. Don't allow yourself to think small. This is the evolution. And we've throwing off the gloves. You believe in your magic at this point. You're not afraid to share with others, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. Many of you are not here yet, but you might be watching for what's coming, okay? Let's go ahead and see what the divine wants to say. We're going to actually talk about what I was getting here with the divine is this is the evolutionary change that's going to end this cycle overall. So we're kind of going through that. So I won't be surprised if we see some other energies that we've already talked about today. But we really are talking about this shift, and we're going to build this. Okay, we're going to build this together. It's like this structure. If you look at this square, it's a change in vision. Okay, and what this is it's like this actually is the same. When you look at the shape, you can't tell, but it's literally the same shape, but it's transformed. Okay, and this is like, to me, it looks like glasses, but it also emulates what is seen on so many of these cards, which I want to show you. Is that Harlequin pattern. Harlequin, the pattern of, when you think of Harlequin, I want you to think of that superhero Harlequin. Well, I mean, she's a supervillain, right? Or is she? And it's like she's got this red, she's got this duality with her. It's like red and blue. And what we're here to do is to morph it together and bring you into your purple. Okay? We're here to bring you in your purple, into your royalty. We're here to not see you as a victim or to see you as we said, as just a hero and a villain, but really to bring you centered and knowing that have the ability to be both. We all do. Okay? But it's like, and many of you have been, and many of you have been in different timelines. All right? But that's what allows you to understand them. Okay, so like what I've learned too, and what I feel so grateful for, and I don't know why it's coming up, but with purpose, the traumas that I've endured for myself on this timeline many of them have gone full circle and have so crazily been like something I feel blessed to have experienced. That is a messed up place, but a good place to be in. A great place to be in. Full circle moments. Oh, they are my favorite. And that is the wisdom. So it's not that we necessarily forget, but we wholeheartedly forgive and allow a transformation to occur. Okay, so let's get into it. I don't want to mess it up because let's let the oracle speak for itself. Okay, first of all, many of you, I encourage you to be of service. Okay, because what's happening is many of you, pile number 3, you've just been going through it. Many transformations. You're going through another one. You're shedding that skin. You're not afraid. You know this is for you. But it's like as we're stepping into that heart of this alchemy, right? As we're collecting this wisdom, it's like in a lot of ways we can get perception when we pay it forward to others. When we understand where others are and we see the growth of where we've come, it really allows a lot of perspective. Okay, it really does, and it also allows you to come outside of yourself to get that perspective, so that you can see another point of view. It's so important. Count your blessings. Count your blessings. Allow these full circle moments. Allow the things that you have let go of and that you have and allowed to not build within you. Okay, become mountains in themselves. Right? Be grateful. Be grateful that you have found your way through. It's not enough just to have grace for you, pile number 3. True alchemy is not just the grace, it is the gratitude. Okay, and they go hand in hand. So how can you formulate that? Many of you have developed the grace. This has been a really important ingredient actually in what you've been doing, but it's the gratitude that's going to allow the wisdom to fully expand. There's this expansion. So I just keep feeling like a stretch, okay? There's a stretch. Be true to yourself. Allow the alchemy to be at the forefront. Allow the patterns of the past. The universe is going to go out of its way to test you. Accept that, okay? And this is literally what I'm getting. The universe is going to test you. Are you going to give your power away again, or are you going to hone into it? Are you going to step into that grace, and then are you going to take the act of noting with gratitude to lock in new habits, okay? New habits, new thoughts, new ideas. Because when you're recoding, it can be a challenge, and you will be challenged. The universe definitely comes back up and says, how much have you learned? Don't judge yourself. Just continue to tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak as you feel guided. Allow your heart to be open, my friends. Do not close yourself off. Do not fear, okay? Now, by this point, for some of you, you could be back here 3 months from now. I told you this oracle is for the next 3 months, 3 days, 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. Many of you are going to go through this process, all three, during this time period, okay? Wherever you are, whenever you find this, this oracle goes all the way through mid-November, okay? That's the timing. Be open. Allow your heart to be open. Many of you, the story of the Grinch is coming in. Many of you are going to have beautiful moments. Oh my gosh, gorgeous moments that actually allow your heart to literally feel bigger, okay? And when I'm saying that, that's not in a bad way, okay? But this is a muscle. And for some of you, because of your traumas and because of your experiences, it's like you've gathered the ingredients, but you're here. What stage you're in now is this stage of alchemy, okay? And that transformation is not necessarily easy, all right? So when we talk about alchemy, it's taking lead and turning it into gold. It is not easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it, okay? And so really having patience with yourself, okay? Allowing, like I said, that gratitude, having faith that you've walked the steps, having faith, allowing yourself to feel that unconditional love for yourself, allowing things to come up and then pass through, allowing to recode, allowing yourself to learn, okay? But taking the lead by sharing, okay? And I feel like I'm doing that in this oracle, and I want to say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do that. I feel like me being vulnerable about and being transparent as much as I can about some of my experiences, like with my children, that's taking a lead, that's allowing me not to just focus on the shadow. It's allowing me to have unconditional love for myself. It's allowing fast moving energies with that accountability. And it's allowing that alchemy for this shadow to finally transform into the wisdom to know better, into the wisdom to know better. The divine wants us infinitely to know that we can count those blessings and that they will continue to stack, that you will always infinitely and forever have blessings in front of you. So many of us not even aware. I'm going to watch my words here. I don't want to trigger anybody. But like the fact that we have this water in this cup, cold, the fact that this water has gone through a processing plant to be cleansed, these are things to be grateful for. some of the things that we take for granted. The fact that this is a Stanley Cup that was a gift, another blessing. These stickers received from my daughter, another blessing. Do you see? Infinite blessings. It's a matter of perspective, my friends. The more you let go, the more you see. Oh, yeah, that felt really important. Okay. Ooh, I felt a deep release there. The more we let go, the more we see. And the more that we let go and we allow, specifically, I'm getting our imagination. So the more that we let go in our imagination and in play and wonder, the more that we have, the more grace and gratitude we have, the more blessings we see, the more manifestation of what true abundance is, not just this, but all abundance, connection, laughter, joy, the senses engaged in, and it feels good, whatever that is to you, a warm, cozy blanket, all these things. And how can we sink into those senses? Okay. This can be really helpful in your transformation process. Be open to love as come again. Now, if it comes a third time, I mean, normally we're shuffling, but normally I would read this and I still might. Both of these have come up twice. So we might actually read those a little later. So let's remember, count our blessings and be open to love, because there's something from this author that can allow us to do that. Okay? And that's that clarity. That's that healing. Okay, I'm feeling it, so we're just going to do it. I'm feeling it. I'm like, okay, let's go. So give me a moment, because in this oracle, it's sometimes hard to find. Okay, count your blessings was one of them, and be open to love. So hold on a second. These are not in alphabetical order. I wish they were. Author of this, I love your oracle, but it is hard to find the page number. Okay, just a moment. Dun, 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 dun. Accept, give your license, speak up, be of service. I'm sorry, you guys. This is what always happens here with this one. Okay, what did I say? Count your blessings, right? Count your blessings. You can tell I need new glasses. It's hard to read stuff. Here we go. Count your blessings. Number 59. Oh, and how, okay, that's how interesting. That's a vibration of, in numerology, a 5 and a 9 is 14, and it's also a 5. So so I love that, because when you count your blessings, you can create a shift. So let's go to 124, and let's read this real quick. All right, because this is beautiful what she has in here. Everything is starting to fall into place. Open your heart and feel the blessings at hand. Accept your beauty and grace, and let your inner self shine through. We're finally accepting the fullness of your divine spirit. Your divine energy is calling you to be a success story in the world. You're moving in direct alignment with your full potential. As unfamiliar as this is, all your hopes and dreams are beginning to manifest on the physical plane. You're starting to live a charmed life, and it's well-deserved. Your blessings are abundant and flowing. Even if you feel suspicious of all the goodness coming your way, this wealth is a direct result of your past efforts, combined with your willingness to acknowledge that all the universe has to offer. So beautiful. Here's your divine invitation. Expand. I love that. Expand your capacity to receive goodness and love without resistance. Thank you, Spirit, for coming in to really reconfirm what we've been sharing. It may take some getting used to, but let yourself fully absorb all the blessings that the Creator has to offer. It's the next step in the natural plan for your soul growth. Wow. Okay. That felt really amazing to read and so much better than what I was saying. Okay. And then what was the other one we were getting? I just forgot. So we're going to move on because I already forgot what the other one was, but let's see if it comes up. Okay. So those were our 10 shuffles. We're cutting here. Overall, what we're talking about is thinking things through. Underneath is this fluidity, okay? And I love this because when you're fluid, now, of course, water, emotions are part of who we are. We're not trying to get rid of our emotions, my friends. We've been talking about a lot of that today. No, no, no. What we're doing is we're getting our emotions in balance, which then allows our mental body, then work on our mental body to also get those in balance. That's what we're really working on as ascended masters, okay? And when we talk about that, it's like there's this fluidity, okay? How can we be in flow? That's what we're talking about, being in flow. Now, some of you might look at this as marble, okay? And marble is really hard and cold to the touch. I choose to see this as like a fluid. So I'm seeing it like fluid, and like this gold is like blending within, and it's always kind of changing and touching in different ways. And when you're poked on one side, you're fluid, you're in this bubble that's fluid, right? And it's like when you're in this bubble and you poke here, it just naturally expands on the other side. It doesn't poke, it just naturally expands, okay? So if you have any of your kids, they have, like, my daughter loves these like Orby filled things, and you squish them and they're very fluid. This is the energy. Think things through. Okay, that pink, really have unconditional love. Put yourself in service, put yourself in a state of grace and gratitude. Count those blessings to really think things through, because so many of you, what we've been talking about based on the quality of our emotions, is we're rash. We're jumping so fast. Okay. Jumping jack flash. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And what happens is we're burning our pants. Okay. That's what I'm getting here. We're burning. So it's like, how can we just allow what is for us will never, it's so important for you to know this. What is for you is for you. It'll always come back to you. Okay? It will never, ever be taken. Now, even though I say that, those of you that have found your way here, there have been teachings that if you decide to be reluctant over and over and over, but we're not talking to you people, because pile number 3, you are in the state of alchemy. Your eyes literally see alchemy. You literally see it. And that's what's so beautiful. And when you take that lens off of yourself and you look with others, you start to notice the patterns of alchemy that can assist them, and so on and so on and so on. Okay. However, I do want to just state this because it wants to be stated, that if you can continue to resist and resist and resist and resist, and I'm talking, my team has told me, like, for the next 10 years, if you continue, that will be recycled to someone else, because there is this coming together of all, okay, of all in their uniqueness. And if you continue to resist for 10 years, because we're stepping into something major 10 years from now, okay? And even as I'm saying this, it's like, I myself am like, why are we limiting it? And it's not that we're limiting it. It's just that we're coming kind of full circle to how these energies were created in the first place. Okay. So, like I said, more. And why don't you think that through for yourself? Allow that expansion. Go within just there and be fluid and see what comes. Okay. And share, because with us sharing to each other, we can also be in flow and allow ourselves to learn new things through others. I mean, that's where we learn. Okay. So let's go ahead and build this pattern. We're going to start right here. We're going to go ahead and start our square. Okay. So what is this box that we kind of have been in? It doesn't matter. We want to look forward. Okay, now what I'm getting here in this box, I'm being vulnerable because, oh, look at that. I'm getting a little scratch here. I'm being vulnerable because my experience has gotten me familiar with this box, and this box is really related to the four timelines. And so we're kind of looking at where we're starting is this timeline of Atlantis, okay? And this timeline is really kind of talking about, when I talk about this, I'm really kind of honing in on our Earth Star chakra, our collective experience, our multidimensional experience. And it's like we're getting look forward, be fluid, stay in this energy. Look at it's being emulated. Stay in this energy, okay, of having unconditional with yourself. And I love how I see this black on the edges, but in the center, we're seeing as those O's, we're seeing with the eyes of wisdom. Because many of us in this next 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days are going to re experience potentially what that was like. Multidimensional, those of you that were in Atlantis, what that experience was like. But how can we look forward? Okay. Because a lot of people think that we're bringing those timelines back. My friends, we are those timelines. They are us, right? So let's see. Mary says, thank you so much, Michelle, for all you do. I absolutely love you. I'll be 70 in October, and what a wild ride. Oh, what's your birthday? I know we're fellow Libras. I'm October 9. Okay. But yeah, it's like a lot of people think, oh, we're going back. No, we're not. We're not going back to anything. We're only going forward. There are two constants in this world, in this experience, and one is evolution, and the other is, gosh, it just eluded me. is change. Okay, we will constantly change, and we will constantly evolve. How can we see with the eyes of wisdom? How can we, yes, go back and maybe even feel and recreate that experience so that we can move forward? Okay, because this is where, and this is what I want. What I want to be. I'm talking about our godlike qualities, and a lot of people thought they actually became God. Okay, and that's what kind of led to the whole fall, you know. And as I'm saying, this is a story. Okay, so how does it resonate with you? It's not. I'm not trying to. I can hear my friend Jackie spirit explain. Okay, but you obviously had my experience that I keep getting shown over and over and over is some sort of mad scientist experience. Okay, and that I was a victim of the mad scientist. But now it's like, how can I move forward? How can I look forward with wisdom? How can I let go of that victim, me being the victim of somebody else's hands? And how can I actually take that and look forward with the wisdom of that trauma? Okay, that is what this has led me to. And this is what we do in that shadow alchemy. Should you do that, that's what we do. We unlock those traumas on different timelines and we allow them to be redeemed so that you don't have to constantly recreate those energies. Okay, so that's where we're starting. Now we're going to move in this way. Okay, we're going to go. So we're going left to lose. We're going left to lose something. How can we make no judgments of our power? How can we not judge the things that are coming in that we're being led to do? How can we not play it small? And how can we not judge ourselves for previously playing it small? Many people, okay, this is a message that's coming up. Many people will create, as we mentioned earlier in the thread, about that grief and how that comes in. Grief is so hard. It really is. But what happens a lot is we grieve the things that we feel that we lost. So when you give your power away, that's like a loss. And many of us grieve and judge ourselves. Why did I do that? Why am I giving it to them? Why am I allowing that? When we create judgments, what do, my friends? I preach it, and I'm going to preach it again. When we create judgments, we create separation. End of story. That is not working for us. When we separate ourselves into all these little segments, what we're doing is we're actually creating more pain. We're actually creating it's not helping us. Okay, that's for sure. So make no judgments. Allow yourself to really ground in. Don't separate yourself. Okay, I know it's easy to do that, and sometimes we do it so inherently. And most of the time, what I'm talking about here is you, judgments of yourself. Okay, judgments of yourself. All right. Don't judge who you are. You are the diamond in the rough. And part of your evolution is to let go of those judgments and to stop separating yourself from the blessing, separating yourself from the universe, separating yourself from the wisdom, separating yourself from connection. Okay? That's what happens there. Let go and enjoy. Let go and enjoy those traumas, those shadows. How can you just let them go and allow them to be redeemed? Right? This is the pinnacle. This is part of why you came here. This is part of your experience. And believe it or not, the people in your life, the experiences that you've had, they are constantly showing this energy to you. And what this attachment is to that shadow energy. This is what I'm feeling. It's time to let go of that shadow energy, because when you don't let go of the shadow, and that's why the Viper is here, to take a bite into this, to come out of the shadows, to ambush, and to allow this to finally die. Okay? To allow it to die, to allow it to not hold you captive anymore. This is what keeps us from the confidence and the courage to step into who we are. Okay? Like, I can't tell you how many times here how I judge myself, even with my family. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be like, I'm literally like, I'll probably do it again. And it's okay. It's not a judgment, but in a way it is. Okay. That's how finical it is. When we're done here, I'm going to release the energies and be like, hey fam, I'm going to be doing my weird thing. I'm going to be doing my weird thing. So just ignore it, and they're like, we think it's pretty cool. So don't judge yourself and don't be afraid. If anything, let go. Let go and let flow, baby. Let go and let flow. Choose your friends wisely. Trust your instincts. Not everyone is willing to see the expansion of your wisdom. It's not going to resonate with everybody. That's okay. Next. Some will, some won't. So what next? Be fluid. Those that are meant for you will always find you. Okay? And look at this sandwich in between. This is actually speaking to me. Beware of the charmers, those that try to sandwich. Okay? And what I mean by that is they'll be like, oh, you look so great today. And it'd be like, can you kind of tone down your voice? And, and then they'll say something like, it's basically two compliments with a dig in the middle. Those people are not your friends. Okay? That's called charming and trying to get you to do something that they want you to do than just being yourself. If you have people who are trying to, I'm like thinking of the show Mean Girls, that you want to wear pink on Friday and they're like, no, it's hair down day. And so they're not your friends. Are you with me? So watch the charmers, okay? Watch the people who try to make you feel small. To be honest, do you see how that's bolded? We want to choose friends that make us feel bold, not small. Those that change the font, okay? And you'll know. I'm getting this sensation. It's kind of this quickening, so I'm going to trust it. Those of you that found this, when you feel this quickening, it's kind of an overwhelming sensation. Trust that. Go in the other direction. Those people are not for you. Okay? And I don't say this to scare you. I say this because the fact that you have felt hunted your entire life has purpose. Okay? And I'm immediately getting this Diana, how she's the huntress. Jay, go talk to Dad. Okay, you can wait till I'm done. Sorry. Okay, look at that. Brooke. Okay, come here. So I look at how I just tried to push her out of Oracle because, again, I feel like we shouldn't do that. But you know what? Poppycock. My daughter just came in, and her best friend wants her to come over. And it's like that is happening when we're talking about this. Are you kidding me? Now, I got to tell you about these two girls. They're so alike. And they've been hurt so much that they were kind of like fighting with each other, but they've learned. So it's not like I'm telling you, if you have a little spat with your friend, that means it's game over. No. But choose your friends wisely. Do they make you feel small or do they make you feel tall? Okay? I love that. Okay. Embrace your power. Embrace your power, my friends. And when you create the structure of unconditional love, look at how it takes you to that alchemy. See how this pattern of black, the structure of shadow, it doesn't take you anywhere. Embrace your power. Do you notice these little, it's kind of interesting because I think it's Staples that has the easy button. And this is what's coming through on the divine. It's like, this is your easy button. Look forward. Choose your friends wisely. Think things through. Okay? This bold coming in. Let go and enjoy. This color is coming in. This bold, vibrant, almost like a flamingo color. Okay? And I love that vibration coming in, actually. I really do. Okay? Embracing your power, allowing your heart to be open, knowing that the shadows do take you. Look at the shadows, they do lead you to center. But I told you there's more. We're not here just to alchemize our shadows and that's it. No, my friends. We're here to take that power and to move forward in unconditional love and create alchemy not only in our lives, but the lives of others. And many of you, especially those of you that find this, I'm going to be as bold to say, you know, the woman of the house. There's got to be somebody in the house that's looking out for the rest in the house. Okay. And traditionally, we've thought of this as cleaning and doing laundry and these chores. But in a way, there is a spiritual clearing of the house. Okay. And this is actually a great way to discuss what I refer to as my sacred work, and what I've been led to do on behalf of my ancestry and my children and myself and my family. Okay. From these energies that have tried to take root, that have tried to manifest. And like I said, overall, being transparent related to COVID. And in fact, that energy in itself is like venom. I want you to think of venom, Spider-Man, venom, an energy that literally changes who you are. Okay? And that's why we want to embrace our power so that we can get back to center and go beyond. Okay? You can be transparent about laughing at your demons. You can be transparent about how this alchemy is the forefront to recoding the patterns to allow yourself to come into center. Remember, there's that Harlequin pattern. We don't want to just be in our authenticity. We don't want to just be about manifestation. We want to bring it together in our vision. We want to see with the eyes of alchemy. And in order to do that, you've got to laugh at those shadows. You can't allow them just to hang around your neck and to hold you and to really hold that energy, and for some of you, it literally is like the weight of the world on your shoulders. Okay? No, it's time to laugh at those demons and to say, I know exactly what you were up to. And guess what? Your time is limited. I know exactly what you were doing. I see you. I literally say this sometimes in my sacred work. I see what you're up to. Your time is limited. Okay? And it's like, some of these shadows, they don't want to let go. They don't want to let go. All they know is how to hold on. So we have to, not constantly, but there will be times where we have to remind ourselves, okay, pile number 3, as you see with the eyes of alchemy, as you see the patterns, the pain patterns that have been created, as you see and feel in your body how those pain patterns have manifested in you and through you, we have to remind ourselves at times to go back to center. Okay? And it's like we want to always hold. I'm having a hard time trying to say what I'm trying to say. We want to hold right here that seed of alchemy. We want to hold on to that so that we can pay it forward and teach others on how they can have it. We want to hold that, and we want to laugh at those demons when we see them trying to come back in. It's like, we ain't playing. We see you. And that's why we want to think things through, right? It's like the patterns, okay? So, for instance, I've already shared specifically with Jordan, okay? She's my 10-year-old right now. I have a 30, 20, almost 24, and 10-year-old redhead, okay? And it's like I'm actually grieving what I lost in myself as I see what my daughter has. And it's caused a lot of friction between us. I'm not jealous of her. I mourn the loss of not having that. And of course, I laugh at my demons because I encourage her individuality, right? And that's like really awesome. Just want to say, I'm so happy for that revelation, because it's really been causing a lot of friction. And as I see the friction, as she stands up for her individuality, and I want to push back, I laugh because I'm like, oh, you're doing it again. So you see how those patterns really hold on to us, right? Okay. October 23rd. Okay, you're a late Libra. Got it. Okay. Now, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is the grace. This is the first 6 cards are like that development of grace. So this 12 coming in, 6 and 6, grace and gratitude. This is what really leads to this evolutionary change. And this evolutionary change, it's so much bigger, but it's about these like siren energies, these dark energies that we've all embodied at some point. These things, these ugly things that we see at some point in our experience, we have been those. So, how can we have more grace and gratitude for those who are actually embodying those at this time? Is that making any sense? Remembering that we are all from the same source. No matter how distant someone feels, we are all from the same thing. So, how can we bust out of that cocoon, right? How can we allow this transformation? Okay, so here, I got away from my box. Forgive me. I'm like kind of going into oracle mode and I'm forgetting about the structure. So, we have this box. Let's come down. We have this box here. I'm going to actually turn it around for you, okay? We have this box, and we're being, and as we're seeing, we want to bust out of that cocoon. We want to get out of this box and instead create the eyes of alchemy, the diamonds. We want to see with the diamond pattern. We want to be able to see it so that we can know how what we're receiving is for us, but also so we can discernment, but also knowing what is our correct action, right? So that's where we started. We're on this diamond pattern, okay? 5. This is the beginning of diamond number 1. 6. Okay, so yeah, spirit is coming in saying, laugh at those, laugh at those. Okay, I'm upside down, so I just want to say, here, this is an ending. Okay, this is an ending. Being able to have the discernment to choose those who fuel your cup. Maybe you've had these doubts in the past. Maybe you've picked people who haven't really seen you. That was based on that wounding. That wounding is being removed. Okay, so you really just want to trust this. Spirit is saying, laugh at your demons. You've learned from these patterns. Many of you who have chosen this pile, that is your special skill. Your special skill is that you've seen the patterns and you've connected the patterns within lifetimes. This is how it feels for me as well. You've been dealing with the patterns so long that you start to see the magic within the patterns. Okay? Your new beginning is to bust out of that cocoon. So even though in the first 2 piles we're saying hermit mode, there was purpose to go into that cocoon and to learn from that. But you're to burst out. So you are being forced to push yourself out. Okay? This is where I'm getting volunteering. If you don't know what to do, we saw this in the shuffle. The very first thing you can do is go volunteer, because that puts you out in the community. It takes your perception off yourself and in another, because you've been spending so much time learning about your own patterns. You're not really aware, potentially. Some of you are not aware of these patterns and being able to recognize them in others. And that is the point of busting out of your cocoon, to move forward. Okay. But to make sure you're trusting, because I'm feeling some anxiety. This is really interesting. I'm feeling a lot of anxiety at this moment. Some of you are literally afraid to come out of that cocoon, but that's what the butterfly does, right? That's what the butterfly does. And I just want to show you, I don't know if you saw it. Did you see the butterfly on my paper today? This is what was on my coffee today. And the butterfly is that evolution. And this is what we're talking about. So, in order to evolve, of course, it's going to feel nervous. Feel the butterflies, feel the nervousness. And this is actually happening with purpose. You feel that butterfly in your tummy, this is for you. Don't run. If you're feeling the heart palpitations, this is like, you're not feeling it. That's one thing. But when you're feeling kind of that emotion in your belly, this is nervousness because you're stepping into something you've never stepped in before. Okay? And that is good. That is for you. But take time to think things through along the way. There's no rush. You're being pushed outside your comfort zone. Okay? We're pushing ourselves outside our comfort zone by looking forward, letting go and enjoying, releasing a judgment, right? And then embracing our power. This is what's different than the other two piles. Now it's time to move outside the comfort zone and to not only see the eyes of alchemy, but to see the patterns in your world around you. Okay? So really come out of that cocoon knowing that you're about to fly. And in fact, I'm really getting a message about your dragon flying, your spark. Okay? And this is really this interesting. It's hard for me to bottle it for you right now, but there's this relationship between the snake and the dragon. They are always found around one another, and the viper is coming forward to allow your spark to truly flutter, to allow your magic and the things that are just naturally easy for you, your uniqueness. It's like it's time for you to come out of that cocoon again. There's nothing to fear, right? Love yourself. Love yourself. This is this emotion here. In your emotions, just come back that you are a masterpiece, a masterpiece, a master. Piecing things together. And look at this. Always in, I told you, two things that'll never change. One is change and the other is evolution. Constantly changing your masterpiece. These paints, this feels like a canvas with paint dripping, and it's like you're constantly adding color. You're constantly adding color. And I love that. Add the color. Really bring out the richness. Love yourself enough to change these experiences, to know that your experience is going to change. See with the eyes of alchemy. See that you, my friend, have changed the lead, the energies within you that try to make you fall and weight you down into those emotions and change your mental, right? They weigh you down. We are alchemizing those. We are transforming those to gold. Okay? It's big. This is big, my friends. All right? And this is specifically coming in on the left eye. Okay? Your left eye, your left view of the feminine. Okay? So when you see these demons, laugh at them. Don't allow. We're talking about, remember in pile 2, that dark feminine. It's like we are aware of the patterns that created that, and we have to be aware of the patterns to dissemble, to change the experience that future generations are going to have without this. That's what we're doing. We're evolving. And eventually we will evolve past this. Now, as we shift into that vision, okay, as we're shifting the vision of our feminine, we're also shifting the vision of our masculine here. So this is what we receive. And now we're going to talk a little bit about our actions. And look at that. Say no. You do not have to say yes to things. Think it through. Don't say no based on fear. Say no based on discernment. Based on what? What makes you feel bold? What makes you feel tall? Say no to the things that make you feel small. Say no to the things that don't deserve, that are not deserving. Okay? This is what I'm getting here. Shine your light. So as a doer, say no to the things that don't align to you, and it doesn't matter what others think. It doesn't mean we have to go into judgment and separate ourselves. That causes more havoc. Okay? We just shine our light. Because the more that you shine your lights, okay, as we're talking about evolution, as we're talking about change, the more that you shine your light, guess what? The more that you're going to notice shadows. And we're constantly being fluid about how to keep it in balance. Okay? So the more that you step into the light, the more apparent the shadows will be. These are just universal laws here that we're speaking about. That's why I put education on my oracle, okay? So yeah, if you came here wondering, if your boyfriend is for you, we can read that, but that's not normally what I like to teach, okay? I am here to teach ascended masters like you to step into your mastery. And part of that is shining your light. And part of that is knowing that your light does affect everyone. Live your soul, not a role. Oh, this is so important. You're not meant to be the person that has to clean up for everybody. You're not meant to do the things. You see others that need you. Well, guess what? Sometimes we got to say no. Why? Because it is of their highest good for them to learn. If you always say yes, think about this. If you say yes to everything for your children, how will they ever know how to overcome obstacles? How will they ever know how to do it for themselves, right? So we have to see ourselves more than just the role that we play, right? And this is what alchemy allows us to do, is to actually change the experience. This is the point of seeing with the eyes of alchemy, to change the experience, to live the experience of gold, not the experience of the black. Look at that. Did you hear that? Let's say it again. You're here to live the experience of gold, okay? Of alchemy, of transformation, not the same experiences that you've had over and over and over. And how do we do that? By loving ourselves enough to see beyond, the hats that we wear. The hats that we wear, they do not define us. You are huge. Don't play it small any longer. Tune out the distractions. So the energies that come in that don't, and look at, there's that easy button. Look at these easy buttons. There's 4 of them. And they speak so loudly. When we say tune out distractions, we're not talking about hermit mode and locking yourself away. No. What we're talking about is the unconditional love to not listen to the shadows. Okay? So when something is like going out of its way to catch your attention from others or even within yourself, and it doesn't feel right, be bold and tune those out and focus on the wisdom. Write it out if you need to, talk it out if you need to. Okay? That's how you can bring it into balance. All right. As we finish up your Oracle pile number 3, we've been on here for a minute. I want to remind you that you are here to shift your vision, to show your expression. Okay? We've got these cards. I love these cards, the Wild Offering. And it's like many of you have felt the sacrifice. Okay? But we're going to do a one-on-one. And we're cutting to the true offering here. The true offering. May I release the fears, the illusions, the addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan. Trust the next steps will always be shown. Use me, love. Use me for the highest, for I am yours alone. And I love the birch trees here. For me, birch pairs with smoky quartz. And it's like, that's the thing, being aware of the patterns, the smoke and mirrors, and allowing yourself to expand. And I am getting like Christmas time, okay? That birch is really speaking. But let's go ahead and see what is your card coming back from all that you've been through. It's related to your mission. This is related to your ambition, your work. A lot of you are, been working to develop a spiritual business. I feel that so much. And so you're being reminded. I love it. Look at the butterfly. You're being reminded about how it feels to flutter. Look at all this white on here. Okay, this wisdom, this space. So it's like, as you see with the eyes of alchemy, as you come out of your comfort zone, as you go through this evolutionary shift over these next 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days, a lot is going to fall off to make space for all that is meant for you. Okay, so let's read this together. I'm too far away to read it. Oh, here we go. What do I no longer need? Help me, God, to release whatever people, places, or things that drain my vital essence. Show me what will fill me with enthusiasm and joy. Okay? And I'm hearing right now, you didn't come here to be happy. Happy is a vibration like in the middle. You came here to experience joy. That is a whole nother vibration. So we're ascending the vibration. We're changing the experiences. Okay? That's what the ascension process does. As you rise, you attract. As your energy rises in vibration and frequency, more importantly, frequency, then the energies that you pull in that match the frequency, my friends, those change your experience. Okay? This is what we're talking about. All right? So, it's kind of interesting. I'm going to pull out my pendulum because I think it's here somewhere. I'm going to go within. Yeah. Something feels like it wants to be shared. I'm going to go within for just a moment. I feel as everything has purpose. And I started, at the beginning of this video, I talked about using your body as a pendulum. And so let's go ahead and show you. Okay. Standing up. I'm like 6 feet tall. Almost. All right, so is there more that wants to be shared? Okay, yes. I'm getting a yes. Okay. There is more that wants to be shared. Okay. Would you like to show me something? No. Would you like to channel something? Yes. Okay. All right. As I open myself to receive, I'm going to sit back down. Okay. So something wants to come through for your pile number 3. When you see with the eyes of alchemy, you see beyond your own experience. You see beyond the trivial. And it reveals to you the epitome of what love is. And so as I'm saying these words, what I'm feeling as it reveals the epitome of what love is, it was like you see it. Okay? So love is an emotion, right? But what's being shown here and what's being talked about is that you see it. And this is what, whew, I feel emotional again. Wow, just comes out of nowhere. And this is what magic truly is. Okay, that wants to be shared. So then, just then, you saw me pause and take a deep breath. Okay, and that's because I just asked within, is there more to this message? And I've been learning, okay, this is coming up for purpose, that I feel different sensations. So for me, there's a sensation right here. When I feel it, it's a no. And when I feel something in my tummy, it's a sensation that I've been learning. It's a yes. So I was getting, no, the message is complete. So thank you for all that tuned in. I'm so happy to be back with Animal Wisdom. Remember, this wisdom is here for 3 months, 3 weeks and 3 days, all the way through mid-November. Be patient with yourself. Follow your instincts. For all of you who have found this, I want to reiterate pile number 3. I have an Amber Yew Tree meditation. It is an attunement meditation that we'll be doing. And basically what this meditation is like honey. It's like pouring honey all over your entire energetic system and catching all the things that can be caught at this time. So it really allows that spaciousness. Look at that spaciousness, right? So that the energies that are for you can find and flood in. Okay. It's $38. The details are in my description box. You can just PayPal, Venmo me, or what else do I take? Cash App. And if you're on Facebook, you can Facebook pay me $38. You'll get into the Zoom. We do the meditation. I'm offering it this Thursday, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, Saturday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for all who have popped in and out. Thank you for those who will come back. Please continue to come, share, post what resonates, right? Great to see you back. Brilliant. Thank you, my friend. It feels amazing. I could not even believe 110 days. My husband's putting bunny ears behind me since I have channeled Animal Wisdom. Okay. And so now I have gotten Animal Wisdom, but I've been going through so many processes myself. Hmm. I've been going through so many processes myself that it was just getting in the way to be able to share, as I've been led to lots of magic myself, which led to the whole shadow box alchemy. So go within. I hope to see you want to come to the meditation. And if you want to get more information about that shadow box, you can always message me at angelinsight.net. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have, and we can go from there. But you all know what you're doing here, so just trust your instincts. We'll talk to y'all soon. We'll catch you on the flip. Have yourself a great day. I know I'll be back soon. Talk to you soon. Peace out.